Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Welcome to the Common Podcast. My name, of course, is Eve Mack, and you're watching tonight's episode 46 of the Common Podcast, I believe. We have also got not just myself. We of course have Shadow, Burr, and of course Lemming.
Wow!
Grip it and rip it, baby. As the saying goes. Let me just switch the scenes so people can actually see ourselves. There we go.
Oh, I've been pulling
I've
face
been
to
waiting
camera
for
the
people.
entire time.
Sorry. Unfortunately, I was stuck in hell where I couldn't switch the scenes, but I was having to quickly post. So sorry.
Everything is on manual today, including breathing.
Yes.
Don't do that. God damn it! Now I'm going to be breathing manually for the next few hours.
It's
Well-
fine, you'll forget about it in a minute.
Yeah, that's true. So, what is the show for anyone who's new? Well, every kind of what should be the last Tuesday of the month, I gather my friends. we basically comment densely upon varying topics within the gaming and nerdy zeitgeist of news topics, what we've been playing, all sorts of things. It is a chilly November morning. Yes, of course, it's a bit a week
Also,
delayed.
in the words
It's
of our
kind of
immortal
mild over here, but you
chilly.
know, the
In
man.
the words of our immortal mentor, we occasionally talk about video games.
Yes, we're very
Yes.
heavily
I'd like to point out that you
inspired.
say chilly. I have my window open and my fan on.
True.
It is 15 degrees where I live.
Yeah, I will admit I've had that myself
It
today.
is 7 degrees where I live.
It's fine,
Hang
people.
on.
It's fine. It's fine. Global warming's a myth. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
My fan says my room is currently 23 degrees.
Yeah.
Toasty.
And how are we all doing today?
I am alive and okay, so that's.
I got my bike back.
Yeah.
Excellent, you got your bike. I got a half day at work today and found this in the shops.
Oof,
Oh, nice.
very
Yay.
nice.
Does it come with a blue shell?
No, I actually did book a doctor's
I have no
appointment,
idea.
but it isn't until Friday, so I am. I'm happy about that. I did.
So that is to come.
Yeah, that is to come.
Yeah.
That is fair.
I cannot run away from it anymore.
We do have a main topic tonight, but of course we're going to get onto that after we've talked about what we've been playing and touching upon some news topics. So let's very quickly,
Video games.
in the span of 20 minutes, half an hour, talk about what we've been playing, more or less. But we're going to start with you. Give it brief, people.
Okay, so I've been playing a little bit of Silent Hill 2 Remake, but it's hard to play that game because it's really, really great horror. The atmosphere is really tense, and it's really hard to play a long time. So I was hoping to end it before the spooky month, but no, I'm just like 25% in probably. I started playing Spider-Man 2 because it was released on PC some time ago. And it's a really fun game. I've only seen Elle play it on stream. So now I can play it in Polish localization. It is really well done. It's like Sony is really good at making local versions of games. And I love them for it. But most of the time that I've spent I spent 150 hours on this little known game called Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I really like this game. I have a lot of bad things to say about it, but honestly, at the end of the day, the game was fun, and I refuse to acknowledge and I refuse to agree with people saying that the difficulty was made out of spite, that the Team Cherry hates people and made it so that people get good. I absolutely refuse any of that. This game has a lot of things that are really difficult that should be improved. Like probably one thing has been already improved. The early game where the difficulty is a bit too steep for people. So that part I've heard has been very well improved. But the bosses could have been taking less energy, doing less damage to Hornet. Because right now, it doesn't matter if you like have 8 or 9 health, because it's like the boss will take 2 of your health points, 2 of your masks with one hit, which sucks horribly. And that is something that if you want to do difficulty settings, and that is something that has been improved with a lot of mods, like set that the bosses take always just one mask instead of multiple. Hey, drifting a woo from London.
Oh, whoa. Hello.
Hello.
She's
Yeah.
here. Quick, stop her. Stop her from leaving.
But I, oops, sorry,
Oh,
that's my
Down
brother
the line, we
calling.
have
I will
drifting.
have to reply to him later.
no.
But I want to say I disagree with people saying that this game is more difficult and is worse than Hollow Knight. There's a lot of people saying like, oh, Hollow Knight was 10 out of 10 and this game is shit. And I disagree. Hollow Knight had a lot of problems that this game does not. For me, I think Hollow Knight for me was much more difficult than Silksong.
Okay.
And I had much more problems with Hollow Knight, especially that there's a lot of things like the bosses were maybe easier in Hollow Knight, but the runbacks were more difficult. The small mobs were more difficult, and it required much more precision with attacks. It required much more precision with jumping, and in Silksong is much smoother. It's much better tested and adjusted to make people have fun with it. So for me, the games are very comparable in their difficulty. It's just in Hollow Knight, the difficulty is put in a different place than in the Silksong. So I would not say that like they went too far with Silksong or something like that. No, to me those two games are very comparable in that aspect. And I really enjoyed most of those 150 hours. There are a few things that I really hated, but overall it was really great.
That's fair. That's fair. Nice. Anything else, or is that the main thing you've been playing?
Well, that was the main thing. I was trying to play some Hades too, but unfortunately, this is very strange because our friend Lewis, aka Weird FTW, he started playing Silksong, but that game really upset him. So he decided to go to a game that will definitely give him good vibes, which is Hades 2. For me, it was the other way around. I was trying to enjoy Hades 2, and it doesn't give me good vibes. It's just it doesn't like me, that game. That game is too difficult for me.
That's fair.
Silksong was way more kind, way kinder, and more agreeing with me.
That's fair. I mean, I've played the first Hades recently, which is new to me, so that was fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving Hollow Knight a try later in Silksong. Thank you, Bear. Right then, let's move on. Lemming, what have you been playing?
A boatload of Hades 2, believe it or not.
Oh,
Because
I guess
I'm also in the Weird FTW group of hammering this game for all it's worth. And yeah, I haven't reached end game. It's still a great game. I haven't reached end game because I'm playing it for half an hour a day while at work. Well, at work, on my lunch breaks at work. And yeah, one thing I'll say is the community didn't like the ending.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen the ending yet, but apparently the community really did not like the ending, to the point where the developers went, okay, we understand. We're going to, we're going to redo the ending. And if you've already experienced the ending, don't worry. We'll make it so that you can run a couple more runs and get the new ending.
Oof. Wow.
Just like, yeah, apparently it wasn't a great ending for any of the characters involved.
It got
But
massive.
beyond that, the actual gameplay is very different. It's still the same Hades gameplay, but it's different in how it runs than Hades 1. Because in Hades 1, you were very mobile. You were Zagreus, god of the dead. You were very mobile. You were combat oriented. So you dashed around the place. You got close up. You did things. Melee of Hades 2 is not. You get one dash and then you sprint. So you move kind of faster, but you can't attack while you're doing it. And that is a completely different gameplay dynamic, which, once you're used to, pretty good. And yeah, Drifting has also received an ending, and it was kind of underwhelming. Yeah, no spoilers. I haven't reached it yet, but I'm enjoying the game for what it is. much like how I enjoyed Mass Effect 3's ending back in the day. We'll not go into that. But yeah, Hades 2, stellar game. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. In the other frames, I have 2 games that I've been playing a bit of this month. One, Power Sim 2 came out.
Ah, okay.
And I will be playing it with Weird FTW in the group this coming Friday, so I haven't played a lot of it. But what I have played, 12 hours of, it's kind of slipped by me. I shouldn't have played 12 hours, but I did, because it's Power Sim and it's fun. But they've drastically improved the cleaning mechanics. Specifically, there is a new nozzle. There's a new nozzle for your power washer that lets you do flat surfaces, like lots of flat surfaces all in one go. And the soap mechanic is very much improved. Who else here has played the first Power Sim?
I have.
Yeah. So how was the soap in Power Sim 1 to you?
I don't even remember using it.
Yeah, nobody used it because it was inconsistent. You'd spray it at something, and it would leave blotches that you'd have to go over later. It was useless. Nobody used it because of that. And you had to pay for it. The soap in Power Simulator 2 is you spray it onto a surface, it fills that surface, and then you spray over it with any sort of pressure of water, and it comes off and takes all the dirt with it.
Do you have to wait like 5 minutes for it to?
Oh no, it's instant.
When you get...
It would be fun if you soap one area, then you go soap another area, and that area does ding. You can wash it off now.
No, the only limitation it has is you can only apply so much soap at the same time.
Let's see.
When you order it, does a guy come up and say, "Hi, I'm Barry Scott" or something?
If only. If only. You start with soap and you have unlimited soap. It's great.
Fair enough.
Hi, I'm Barry Scott.
That's a reference for those in England. They'll get that.
I don't.
Children.
That man was scary.
Why is he
Almost
always
as scary
shouting?
as Mr. Blobby.
We'll educate you, Bert, at some point.
Oh my god.
Right.
Can you
So the
imagine
second game I've
Mr.
been-
Blobby advertising? So.
Blobby, blobby.
He's not
I
scary.
don't understand how that thing is a national treasure, but it somehow is.
Apparently is.
I can't understand how people are not mortally terrified of it.
I mean,
And as Drifting says, it says, "Hi, Billy Mays here" vibes. Yeah, he's pretty much like soap dispensing Billy Mays is Barry Scott.
yeah. For the British.
And
Surgeon.
And the second game I've been playing a lot of this month is a game that came out a while ago, but I just found it, called Tower Dominion.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing you quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a roguelike tower defense game.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you start with a selection of people you can play as, and they all have slight modifiers. There's 3 different factions with people, your characters to play as, commanders to play as within those factions, and the factions have specific abilities, and the individuals have modifiers on them. And you start off with a small map, and as each turn goes, you add a tile to that map to make it larger and add more routes for the enemies to come in, and waves will ascend from all sides. And the higher the difficulty you go, the more the directions they'll be coming from. And it's a tower defense game. You pick what extra tiles you want at the start of each turn. You raise money, you put them down, and as the video currently showing shows, it's a tower defense game. If you like cool, chill tower defense games, but with progression, this is one of the best tower defense games I've played in years.
Does it have a story mode, or am I stupid for asking for that?
No actual story mode, but there seems to be some sort of story underneath the surface that they just aren't telling us.
Oh. So the
one of
Dark
those,
Soul
okay.
Style of environmental storytelling.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But yeah, there's an alien invasion happening, and you've got to defend your little base however possible. And they get a lot harder in the higher difficulties.
It looks
Nice.
a lot of fun, but because of those trenches kind of things, it looks a lot like
Oh, yeah.
Bomberman.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But yeah, you've got all the different the different tiles that you can place down, have different directions. Some of them have little humps in, and you've got all different sorts of turrets and guns you can place down, like giant lasers. So if you, as the video has shown a couple of times, if you have a long stretch of trench that the enemy is going to come down, you put one laser and it'll just blaze all the way down.
We love meme beams on this podcast.
Oh yeah,
We did.
oh yes, it's a lot of fun. And you've got laser weapons, you've got giant cannons. You've got there's one building that takes up a lot of space, 6 spaces. Doesn't mean a lot unless you play it, but it uses up 6 spaces. But it has a little helicopter that will fly around and drop off groups of infantry each wave that will then act as other turrets. It's a lot of fun. And it's not exactly expensive. It's £15. It's pretty good.
That's fair. Not bad price at all.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing this month.
Nice. All right then. So that's what you've been playing. Shadow, what have you been doing, if anything?
I have been playing the video game. Recent, well, I say recent. It was recent at the time. It is no longer recent. Burr and I finished our Split Fiction playthrough a couple of months ago. It's a good game. I would recommend playing it. But if you're looking for something that's gonna like pip It Takes Two to the post, you won't find it here, unfortunately. I don't know whether I'm like a different person to how I used to be when I played It Takes Two, but there's lots of little things in Split Fiction that just annoyed the shit out of me. Some of the mechanics and some things. I managed to play It Takes Two comfortably with a controller, but the times where you actually have to use a gun, there was one point I was just like, fuck this, and just went straight to the mouse, and it was infinitely easier.
This game really prioritizes the action bits and the mechanics.
Yeah, it's a lot more of a standard story tale. Whilst in It Takes Two, you had times where you could just wander and goof off for a bit in areas. You don't really have that in Split Fiction. I think there was one place where we goofed around in the swimming pool.
I can only recall one goof off area.
Yeah, there was, in the main story, there was a bit with a swimming pool, and then there was another bit which was side stories which involved us finding cats, and that just had like a really nice magical market where we were using different spells to turn each other into objects and stuff like that.
Yeah, a slight spoiler, you can turn the other person into a chair and sit on them.
And you get an achievement for that. I do like, the story's pretty good. I like it's very, without spoiling, it's definitely a punch at their publisher, shall we just say. It's very funny. If you see the title screen, you'll be like, that looks very similar to a certain type of logo I've seen before.
There is a reason why we mentioned Andrew Wilson at least 5 times every time we play the game.
Yeah, it's I really like it. It's got a nice, the story's good. The story isn't like anything like groundbreaking, but it's good. Overall, a good game. I would recommend, if you want to play Split Fiction, I would recommend it. Just don't expect like it to blow your socks off kind of thing.
I don't know, because everyone likes a bit different bitrate to the game. There might be people for whom it blew their socks off much more than It Takes Two. It's just different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, I can get that, but I think in fairness, it was trying to follow It Takes Two, and It Takes Two was like, it's its own game that you can't really follow, I think. It was gonna come out second wherever you go. But it's a good game. Don't let what I say like.
Yeah, it is a very good game.
Yeah, it is a very good game for what it is. If it was standalone, it would be amazing. But it's just because it will be compared to It Takes Two, it just comes off a little worse. But is worth playing. Recommend. I've also been playing...
it's on my wish list. I just need it to be less than £40.
You just did drifting to come back from London.
That's it.
Well, there is the Friends Pass, so long as one of you gets it, the other person can play for free, which is
Yeah.
They're great.
The pro
Which is what we
is
did
you
for
don't-
It Takes Two.
Yeah,
Yes.
the pro is you don't have to buy the second copy. The con is you don't get the achievements.
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
downside. But it's up to you. It's whether you're an achievement person or not. I think the achievements for for Split Fiction are a little
Yeah,
mean.
there is
There's
one
one-
achievement that I hate so much.
Yeah, there's one where it's like, don't let this thing explode ever, and it's like, oh, so I have to do this entire section 100% perfectly.
Yeah,
No.
I hate it when games are like, we want you to be perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like no, wait. So that is one of the games I will not be 100%ing. Anyway, I played a couple of other things, most of which I won't mention because they're just small things that I play for a couple of minutes and then stopped. I will mention because it has been spooky month. It has passed, even though things happened. I will mention Liquidators, which is a very nice short horror game about. Well, I do like to keep things quite spoiler free, but you are basically playing one of the liquidators in the Chernobyl power plant kind of thing, and your aim is to stop the fucking thing exploding. Well, it's already exploded, but you're trying to
the true
prevent a steam
story.
explosion. Yeah, you're trying to prevent a
Yeah.
steam explosion, and I really like it because there is no. It's a horror game, but it's one of those horror games where the environment is scary, kind of
Yeah.
thing. There is
And
like
Yeah, there's
one.
no jump scares. It's just like the horrific events taking place around you are the scary bit.
Yeah, the whole thing, the building itself is scary. There is one antagonist, I will say, that is a bit of an asshole, and it has been like beefed up for to be a video game. But it's a good game. I would recommend it. There's a bit that scared the ever living shit out of me.
And especially if you enjoyed the Chernobyl miniseries, you're gonna love this game.
Yes, it is very good. The other spooky game that I played that I really enjoyed was Home Safety Hotline. It's got it's got very much an analog horror to it, and I fucking love analog horror. So that was the same thing. Again, much like Liquidators, if you're looking for a jump scare, you ain't gonna get it here. It's more about tension and suspense and like. Don't like that kind of thing, and that's the kind of horror I like. The building tension.
It's like, that's unsettling. Oh dear.
Yeah, it has a high disturbing factor.
Yeah, that's I prefer that over like jump scary things because I think you have to be a bit better with how you like trick people and
I think that's why I'm so heavily into the SCP Foundation.
Yeah, I will say Home Safety Hotline is great. It has got accessibility things for people with certain phobias, which is really good for me and really good for Burr, who was watching me play the game, because I could turn off the spiders and I could also turn off the holes, which was very useful because, people have tryptophobia and that's not great.
Yeah.
It's really good because all it does is just turn off the image. It just shows broken.
And that looks cool because it looks like the image did not load like an Internet Explorer of the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, it's great. I would definitely recommend Home Safety Hotline. I might pick up the DLC, the seasonal worker DLC at some point in the future. I don't know. The problem is it's specifically based in Christmas, but it's also spooky. So it's like, do I play this at Halloween or do I play this at Christmas kind of thing?
It's gonna have Yule lads.
I guess I'm playing it. I guess I'm going to be playing it next year Halloween. But and then the main game that I want to talk about is South of Midnight, which I think is going to be my game of the year, if not one of them, kind of thing. Now, South of Midnight is a game from Compulsion Games, the same people who made We Happy Few and what was the other one they made? Contrast, their little-known puzzle game. It's a great game. It's an action adventure set in the Deep South with a lot of their folk mythology used. Like when they mentioned a Rougarou, I was like, yes, I know what this is. Yeah, I really like it. It sucks that it's published by fucking Xbox. So if you're fucking boycotting them for the whole Gaza thing, I'm so sorry. But I would really, really recommend this game. It is it's really really good. It's got a really good story. I the one thing I would would say is the combat is shite, and if if you struggle with the combat, I would seriously urge you to turn the difficulty down. You do not need to be struggling through the combat just to get to the story. Trust me, the story is worth it. Just turn the combat down and you can go through it, because the problem with
Just
combat
play the game, experience the story.
Yeah, exactly. The combat is okay. It's not awful, but it gets very samey, and when you get into later game, the enemies get very stun locky, and there were times, especially in boss fights, where I would get stunned, and I would just be like, well, how the fuck was I supposed to avoid that then? Kind of thing. And so I would really recommend just turning the difficulty down. Everything is so much better. Don't force yourself through it, kind of thing. The aesthetic of the game is really good. Elle's probably got a video running right now, and as you could probably tell, there's a slight jerkiness to how the characters move, very puppet-like. And it's really good. If you look at the detail on especially the catfish, you can see that he looks like he's been embroidered, kind of thing. And it's a very beautiful aesthetic. And if you can get over the very sort of the very jerky way that the characters move, it's such a beautiful game. There were so many times that I just stopped and stared, or just like, damn, this place looks cool. I love it, man. I love the characters. I love how it looks. I love Hazel, the main character, even though there's a bit of a ludonarrative disco biscuit dissonance that happens at some point, because if you've been picking up the lore objects, you get more info into the story, and then Hazel will make a decision which presumes that you haven't read the things, and it's just, you're like, girl, what? Kind of thing. But yeah, what was there was one thing I wanted to mention that is slipping my mind. Oh yeah, the boss fights. There are boss fights, but then there's sort of like boss encounters, I think it's better to say. I have to say it like that so I don't really spoil. But each boss encounter has its own ballad. And as you advance through the boss, the song continues, and those ballads are like so good, like really really good. Kind of tragic at times. This game does not shy away from some darker, more mature themes. Literally the first boss encounter was basically like, oh, okay. that's horrifying, and I hate that kind of thing. And yeah, so it hits like there's a boss encounter about a try not to spoil, but I'd say it's basically, I think I'm just gonna say, if Burr had been watching this, I think he would be very upset. Because of what happens to a certain character, and it's just like,
no.
That's so upsetting. It does get diminished a little bit later, because it's like, oh, here's this really tragic tale of this poor child that's been betrayed by his brother, and then it's like, so there's this gator, right? It's like,
now I need to play this game, and I need to know.
Do you want to put the spoil? Okay then. Do you
Oh God.
No. I need to know, but I will play this game to know.
Okay, fair enough. No spoilers.
Let him cook.
Yeah, but it's like it's really good. There's there was some things that came back around again in the story, and I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Like, the one thing this game does do is it will look you straight in the eyes and say, yeah, slavery existed here. It was awful. And I hope that doesn't make you uncomfortable. Actually, I hope it makes you uncomfortable, because it kind of is. It's kind of important to acknowledge.
I think it's kind of supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. I think is the way, what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially since we should be trying to face the uncomfortable, to acknowledge and to understand why it was like that, so that it doesn't happen.
As they say,
Yeah.
art should be uncomfortable at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, I do like this game for some. I mean, you might see it in some of the trailers that are being shown, but the way the game marks out things that you can jump on and climb on is really subtle, but it's just obvious enough that you know that when you look at it, you go, "Oh yeah, I can climb on that," and I really like that. It's just enough to say, hey player, you can get up here," but it's not disruptive to the world. It kind of makes sense in a way, and shit's good. I love this game. Okay, I just really love this game, and I know there was a whole. I know that the Chuds shat themselves in impotent rage because it was a black female protagonist, and like, look, it's a great game.
Look,
Ignore the guys.
I'm already trying to buy this game. You don't have to sell to me even more.
I will say, enjoy.
Tell them to shove it up their ass. Is what I say.
Enjoy the look into the folklore of the Deep South. I really enjoyed that because I know a little bit of the folklore, like little bits and pieces I've heard from here and there. But seeing it in like its full glory is just mwah, chef's kiss. I wouldn't usually do this, but I would recommend the premium edition for the digital art book because there's so much information in there, and also you get the soundtrack, which is amazing if you want to listen to the boss things again, because they only play once, which is very annoying. So yeah, South of Midnight's great. Buy it. Damn you, Microsoft. I can't, why you gotta be bastards?
Okay, so rounding off what I've been doing, it's been a pretty slow month for me, and there's been a very good reason for that. It's because I've been on sort of a holding pattern, waiting for a new PC. Yeah. So for briefly anyone who didn't tune into the Ghostbusters stream the other day, which you really should tune into the video, which will be going up this Friday, or Saturday, one or the other. Basically, I ordered a new PC back on the 11th of September. It was delivered on the 1st of October. It then lasted a few hours before it then blue screened to death, or black screened to death, because that's the new Windows 11 version of it. I then returned it after, because me, Burr, and Shadow did some breakdown. Like, okay, where's the problem? Oh, it's something to do with either the SSD or the motherboard. Returned it to the builder, which is Gladiator PC. Used them before, not a problem at all. I then had it returned to me, and I got it back this past Wednesday on the 29th. Within 3 hours, the same issue occurred again.
Yep.
Yeah, and so after having a very strong word with them on Thursday and pretty much saying, I want a brand new PC built from the ground up, which some people might say, oh, that's a bit excessive, that's a bit mean. I paid £3,666 for this shit.
Yeah, like, they have been chasing him. They have been, like, dragging this poor man around the house. I mean, first off, ABAC asked them to, like, hey, I need this as priority, please. It wasn't. And then
Post haste, if you will.
Well, so just to give context to that, my current PC, which is what I'm running on now, was on Windows 10. The big switchover was happening on, of course, October the 14th, if memory serves correctly. And I also work from home, and my PC needed to be Windows 11. At the time, it couldn't upgrade because for some reason the TMP 2.0 is not enabled in the BIOS by default. What the fuck, AMD? But still.
Yeah, I've had to fix that with both mine and my dad's PC.
Yeah, which again, what the fuck, AMD? So, but yeah, so there was this deadline in there. Thankfully, and then of course that it wasn't made a priority. Let's put it this way: they acknowledged that it'd be back with them on the Tuesday, and that someone would start looking at it. I emailed them on the Thursday. No one had even looked at the damn thing. So they say they've been busy. I admit, probably this time of year, they are quite busy. And they even said to me on this Thursday, "Oh look, we could build you a brand new PC, but it's not like we're going to get one done into a few days. It'll take about 10 days. That's fine. But here's the thing: I'm kind of tired of their bullshit right about now. I also have not heard from them since speaking to them Thursday. Since they picked up my PC on Friday, I've not heard from them. So I'm personally just putting this out here on the podcast to say, like, Shadow, you've gone on record before. Would you mind going on record again?
Yeah. I would have recommended Gladiator PCs to everybody, my friends and everything. I would never buy from them again after seeing this absolute fucking fiasco. I think you should be absolutely ashamed of yourselves, and I am very disappointed in you. I expect better.
Yeah. My good friend Mist, you might have known Mist if you've been watching the Silly Voices show, Saturday show. He's one of the cast members. He has said that he was going to buy a new PC from Gladiator PCs and is no longer going to be doing so. People might say, why don't you just get a refund? Because I want them to make it right. Let's put it this way: this is not like this is only the second PC I've bought from them, but Weir's bought one. Connor recommended them to me. I think Shadow, you got one from them. Everyone who
Yeah.
I know has gotten my partner bought two from them. And they can do it. It's just for some reason this is just being the bad apple of the bunch. It's just in my experience, there has been a bit of a questionable. Well, not a trend. It's just that it kind of annoys me when you send it back to be repaired. It takes them 3 weeks to repair it. It comes back in 3 hours later. Same issue before.
Yeah, I mean, I had communication problems with them when I was getting my PC. I didn't get like emails from them for quite some time, and then I got a whole load like crap like all together at once. So I just thought it was a mistake because these things happen and such like that, and everything else was fine. But now I look at it and I think, well, is this a symptom of a larger problem? Was that a symptom of a larger problem? And I genuinely think there is now. Either Gladiator PCs is just not hiring enough people to do like the basic fucking work, or like you've been having. I mean, in my Trustpilot review, I mentioned this, and they said, "Oh yeah, we'll be looking at this, and we'll make sure it's better." Well, clearly it's fucking not.
And on the discussion I had with them on Thursday, they were really reluctant to go down the route of a full total rebuild. And the reason I'm doing a full total rebuild is because, as I told them, I'm not playing Russian roulette with this thing anymore. They said, "Well, what if we send you a new SSD? You take out the SSD, and if it all works perfectly, you install the new SSD that we send you." I'm like, "Okay, what if it's then the motherboard?" I'm not playing around anymore. If I get a full rebuild of a system, then that problem's going to be eliminated. Full stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Like the thing is, we've commissioned you to do this work because you've got the material, the manpower, the skill to do this. Like, we still want the thing,
And I can hear someone in the comments right now tapping away saying, "Oh, why don't you just buy the parts and build it yourself?" Here's the thing about doing that. I know how to build ones. I'm not that experienced though. I am very on edge. I'm a very nervous person in general. I don't have the time nor the expertise to do it. Thus, I'd rather pay someone to do it and do it right. And that's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like doing it yourself and building it before. I semi-built one of my PCs before with my dad. But if I want a gaming PC, which this current PC Ryan is, I would rather commission somebody to do that with their experience and everything, because they can also get discount on parts because they're buying in bulk, of course. And like, because I don't know how to fucking plumb a water cooler into a fucking like motherboard. Jesus Christ. Let somebody who's done it. I mean, there's probably people there go like, "Oh, it's really easy to do this." Like, yeah, for you, but some of us are a nervy gazelle kind of thing,
Or you're just me with really, really fat, clumsy fingers, and I'd rather pay a professional to build a PC for me rather than, risking myself or my new build with these things.
Yeah, and yeah, of course it's a luxury item, but like if you pay an electrician to fix a fucking if you fix a problem and the light's still fucking if the light's still fucking fritzing, they come back and they say, "Oh yeah, I fixed it." And it's still fucking flickering. Yes, you want them to do it again? Huh? Come on.
Yeah. So that's basically why I've not been playing very many games this month. I have been playing some games, but basically I've been on a holding pattern, just waiting for a new thing to arrive. Because when that thing did work, God, it worked. Like I say, £3,600 well spent. It's the most expensive thing I've ever purchased. If I was paying Dave down the street 200 quid to build this, then I'd be like, oh, okay, well that's 200 quid up the Swanee. What kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
£3,600. No, thank you very much. Anyway,
Yeah.
on to what I've actually been playing. I played a bit of Pal World. It was fun. Not really my thing, but it was entertaining. Played that with the Weird Blasters. Play some Ghostbusters. As I mentioned before, go watch the stream once it comes up. If you, by the time this is up on YouTube, you should be able to go and find that in the YouTube videos. I've been playing. I dabble a little bit with some Castlevania, Circle the Moon, because I quite love that game, and I played it before. I just thought I'd just give it a bit of a, give it a bit of a try. Be enjoying that in some spare time. I've also I've finished the Red Alert 3 Commanders Challenge, which was very fun to kind of get through.
Oh, good, yes.
Very reminiscent of, very kind of made me think back in the day of when I was doing it originally. Not really very many PC games played. I did have a try out for the first time yesterday in VR. Boneworks, which I'll probably be doing a stream of that at some point once I get my new PC. Very well.
I've been interested in that one. How'd it go?
Oh, really good. Very enjoyable game. It reminds me of Portal, but for like VR, and for like it's less the environment is very Portal-esque in that respect.
Yeah. Also, I would compare it even more to like Half-Life 2.
Yes.
Because Boneworks is like it gives you such freedom of doing literally whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever you think your VR should let you do. It probably will.
Yeah. What was amazing is that there's no fall damage, and for the first time ever, when I jumped off like a high precipice, like to the floor, I got that like thrill of like, oh my goodness. And I rarely get that in VR games. So to have my heart go like, oh my goodness, you're jumping was something.
Superhero landing.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll give you another example of what you could do. You know how that game it has a lot of climbing in it.
Yep.
You can like lie yourself down on a chair and have your head and hands hang upside down and pretend you're climbing upside down, and you can do that.
Not just that, but there's a section where literally it teaches you how to go up a vertical precipice. There's like a zip hole which can take you up there. You can literally climb a ladder, or there's a slope. You can run up it, grab the ledge, and literally haul yourself up onto it. Very interesting kind of. It's one of the most freedom of like movement experiment. It very much is a tech demo, but it's also like a very in-depth game as well. I look forward to streaming it. It's gonna be fun.
Is there a ledge you cannot grab? You can spend half an hour looking around the level for things you can drag over there and build yourself stairs to climb there.
Or if you want to, grab 2 crowbars, use them as hooks to climb up something.
Yeah.
Which you can do.
Yeah. You can do whatever you please.
The game is based upon like the idea of like, if you believe that the physics should work that way, it does. So yeah. Fascinating, great game.
I've seen Krusty play this. He plays a lot of VR games, and I've seen him play. It's like a big sandbox, do whatever you want destruction game, and it is on my interests list.
And also, it's not badly priced. I think it's like 25 quid. No.
Yeah.
So there's that. I've picked up Fury of Dracula on Steam because I noticed that that's something now as well. Not played it yet, but that's fun. And I played a bit of Card Shark as well, because I love that game as well. Oh, and Chronicles of the Wolf. I will talk a bit about Chronicles of the Wolf, because that came out about a month ago. Chronicles of the Wolf is effectively it's. I mean, just look at the trailer. It's Castlevania Symphony of the Night with the serial numbers filed off, which is not a bad thing. It is really good. You get more like Metroid kind of style, sorry, not Metroid. You get more Soulsvanias these days than Metroidvanias. So it's nice to kind of see an actual proper honest to God Castlevania return. So yeah, our style I think is it could be a bit better, but I'm also not complaining too much. So yeah,
Good on them.
Good on them. The big game I've been playing, which is the big one I'm going to talk about, is this little game from an indie company called Game Freak called Pokemon Legends Arceus. Legends
they
ZA.
had like 2 people working on games.
Well,
Yeah, I
there's
know,
only
right?
like 5 people working on it, and they work out of a cardboard box.
Yeah, like
You
a
mean
cardboard box.
that small indie game?
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
there might be 5 people working, but they only have 1 PC, so
it's
the rest have to wait.
It's from this franchise called Pokemon. I'm not sure if any of you heard about it.
Oh no, never mind.
But
No, it's pronounced Pac-Man.
oh, of course it is. Now, I'm going to preface this and saying the internet is where nuance goes to die.
We're joking.
Yeah, because
It's called a joke. We're engaging in sarcasm.
because first of all, I want to thank because I was actually gifted this by Shadow, bless her, who I was going through a really rough time with the whole PC thing going on, and Fortune smiled upon me and said, "Here, have a gift in the form of Shadow."
Yeah, I was very lucky. I had some extra cash. Left.
So a big
I
thank
thought-
you for that, and I've been really enjoying it. Now, that to say there aren't things that I can criticize? Oh, there's an entire list I went through on my Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter,
That man was nailing his fucking declarations onto the church door.
yeah. And people might say, "Well, means that you hate the game." No, I really do like it. There are some good things. There's some good shit in here. But also there's some bad things that need calling out. I mean, Windows. We mentioned it before. Just look at those windows.
I think a lot of people are getting their knickers in a twist about it. It's just like, oh, you're just like I see a lot of people getting really annoyed about people complaining about the Pokemon game, and I think, yeah, I know it's probably really annoying to hear the same complaints go over and over and over again, but like, this game is £60 or $70, depending. Well, is it $70 anymore? Or is it $100? I don't know what the fucking tariff situation is anymore. But like, it's 60 quid. There is
$1 million.
there's a certain level of quality that people now expect for 60 quid, and I'm sorry, this ain't it. It's
Yeah.
just like,
I mean, Pokemon is a $113 billion franchise.
And
makes
also, it's a
so much
Switch 2 game.
To reiterate that, just so in case people don't get what the number which Lemming listed there, it is the highest grossing franchise, period. It beats
Of all
Disney.
time.
It beats Mickey Mouse. It beats Star Wars. It is the highest grossing thing. And some people argue, some people literally argued, oh yeah, well that's why, because they cut corners. That's not a fucking excuse.
no.
That's the problem.
If they're cutting corners, we shouldn't be buying it anymore. Why do you think I don't own a Switch 2 yet?
Kill the bot. Yes,
exactly.
bot's already dead. Nice. Thank you, Burr.
Yeah, big on you, bot.
And I will say, I really enjoyed the story. The story is really good. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but it made me cry at the end. Actually, it also really what I like about the game is that clearly this is where Game Freak are experimenting, and it's nice to see them experimenting in a different format. And there are some things in there which I like that they're experimenting. Like, for example, the live battle system, the way the battles are no longer turn-based, it's all live. It's based upon quick kind of commands that you give to your Pokemon. It works to one-on-one, doesn't quite work in the online mode. I don't like the online mode. I've gone over my gripes with that. Which they're responding to, which is good. But yeah, the quality of the Pokemon are also really good. The quality of the Pokemon is second to none. They look amazing. They emote. They're very good personality. It's just the environment is very much lacking in its quality. And I've seen people post a screenshot of like it being very realistic, and I think people forget that that's not what people want. We don't want realistic. We want it to be.
You want quality.
You want quality within that art style. That's a great example. Is I actually think Sword and Shield, bar that tree that everyone talks about, actually looks pretty damn good.
We want to see where all our money goes.
And I do. Well, I do think that. I think a lot of people are missing I do think some people are missing the point with the graphics thing, and like, yeah, we complain about the windows looking flat and like no balconies and stuff like that. But I think the problem, but that is a very surface level complaint.
Very much.
But when you really get into it, Lumiose is supposed to be Paris, one of the most beautiful, supposedly one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. Okay, it's a historic city. It's well known for its architecture. And the problem is, Luminos looks the fucking same. Every building looks like every other fucking building. You got a couple of, buildings that like, oh yeah, there's the Pokemon Center. Oh, that's the lab, that's the museum.
And there's a few things like every district having a different manhole cover, but those are small. That's a nice little small details. But it's still like the overall kind of like character of the city is a bit dull.
Yeah, and like, I'm sorry if you have to refer to like, and I'm sorry, coloured flags and manhole covers is not enough to differentiate where you are in the fucking city. People shouldn't be people should be able to look around them and be instantly sort of go, oh yeah, I'm in this section of the city. I'm in that section of the city because it looks like this. Like, look at any other game that builds cities. Look at MMOs, for example. And yeah, I know Pokemon's not an MMO. It doesn't need to be that big. But But if you look at games with any other like city, have any other cities, most good games change how the city looks so people know where they are inside said city.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah. This is not an excuse. This is not an excuse. You have so much money. Like, I just want to point out how big $1 billion is. Okay, so it's 113, 7 0 0, 0 0 0, 0 0 0. That is 8 zeros.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And that game looks like a remaster, not a remake, remaster of a game from 25 years ago, where you had to cut corners like that because you couldn't load a lot of textures, you couldn't create a lot of models, so every place looked the same. That made sense 25 years ago. We have 2025, not 2001.
Yeah, and
we've just had a release of the newest, most expensive platform for Nintendo, where games cost $80 and will never cost lower because that's Nintendo.
Yeah, and like, it's not that the Switch is underpowered. The Switch 2 is underpowered. I mean, shit. Look at any like streams of Donkey Kong Bonanza. That game looks fucking gorgeous. Like, the Switch could fucking like this, and this is like early days. The Switch could fucking like rum kind of thing.
May I give another example?
Sure.
The Witcher 3 has been ported to Switch and it worked really well. A game where everything looks different and you can recognize where you are based on your environment.
I was watching a video, and again, this is not saying I dislike or I'm not enjoying Deadeye. I am.
Yeah.
It's just that there are things that definitely need. It's definitely like a see me after class kind of thing.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. Especially for me, I love Pokemon. I love it very much. I fucking loved Sword and Shield. I will die on the hill for that game, kind of thing. But the thing is, I'm not blind to its faults, kind of thing. And the thing is, I love Pokemon a lot, and I just think it can do better. You know, like as somebody as a child who had like would do better if she could apply herself on my fucking school reports when I was a little girl. I know what it feels like. And like, you could do it, man. I haven't played ZA, but I have been watching Weird FTW play it, and it just feels to me like there's some good stuff in there. Like, you can see the devs sort of pushing and like you can see sparks of ideas, sparks of like what the way the story might actually be like looking at something really important, but then it just stops or it gets stuck. Like they smash against the glass ceiling and can't get out, and it's just so frustrating. I
And
just keep feeling if they had more time, if they had more money, if they had more people, maybe it could have blossomed into something. That's what bothers me the most.
and this is apparently after they delayed it a year. Like,
It's like, oh my god, I cannot believe what it would have looked like if.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, if they kept to their old cycle. And the sad thing is also they have enough money, they have enough
They do.
people.
they have
and
more than enough. Like, this is the
Yeah.
only time that we're going to a game company and saying, please spend more money.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
most of the time,
please
the time,
spend more time.
for most game companies, it's like, you don't need to spend this much money. Calm the fuck down. For Nintendo, actually turning to them and say, please spend some more money on this IP, for fuck's sake.
It really does feel like it's like the change down the back of the which, you know, I think someone meant, like, what was the budget? I someone found out the budget of ZA.
I think it's an estimated budget. We're not certain. They'll never tell us.
Yeah,
But
but unfortunately, I have to be sadly cynical. They will not be
They won't.
spending money on the franchise because
people
they
buy
will
it.
still have rabid fan base who are very tribal
That's the
about
problem.
loyalty.
Yeah.
People buy the shit and they just keep like every time Joe Merrick from Cerebi posts the sales figures and I see Scarlet and Violet in second place, there is a deep sadness that comes over me. It's just
Yeah, and
like,
it's not just that people will buy it, people will actively defend that this is perfect and they don't have to change anything because it's perfect.
I definitely think
That's the saddest thing.
there are some sycophants out there saying that it's perfect. Although I think the majority of the community are like in our camp of saying, it's fun, but there are problems with it. But that's the thing. I was actually watching Candy Evie's video about it, and she kind of hit the nail on the head, saying, which is like, the problem is that, you know, of that 280 million whatever it is franchise, the Pokemon games only earn about 5% of that, and doesn't matter if you complain that the windows don't look as good. That's not going to make this plushie that they sell any less cute. You know, it's
yeah. I mean,
we've talked about this before.
the
1-to-1 scale Eevee plushies have been selling like gangbusters.
We've talked about this before.
and the Mareeps. You've fucking seen the size of those Mareeps.
Oh,
Jesus.
we've talked about this before, how it's not an issue with Game Freak's devotion. It's an issue with just basically them saying, oh, we don't need to invest more money, so why should we? And even though really you fucking should. If this is your kind of landmark game on a console, you really should be showing quality. You shouldn't be cutting corners, which is what I would be calling it.
Yeah, and it does make some actions they've been doing of recent even more. I mean, they were already egregious, but they're this a little bit more egregious nowadays.
Are we gonna let's move on to, since that's me kind of finishing what I've been playing or what we've been playing. Let's move on to the news.
Let's add litigious to egregious.
Okay, so now so I'm gonna quote the news article that was posted today to us, which is the following. This is from IGN. Thank you, IGN, for the article, and I'm going to quote it. The U.S. Patent Office boss orders re-examination of Nintendo's controversial summon character and let it fight Pokemon patent, which IP expert claims further undermines credibility of its case against Palworld, which is already struck down in Japan, and is the case is being struck down in the US. So, to quote the Dugo from George the Jungle, now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Huh?
Ready?
Yep.
Ready?
I will say when I saw the news of the of the Tokyo Patent Office striking the Tokyo office patent office striking down Nintendo's patent. I laughed so fucking hard. Get fucking wrecked, you pieces of shit.
Now,
And do you
don't.
know what's even funnier? Do you know what's even fucking funnier, chat? Their decision to strike it down. I quote from the Windows Central article. The decision cites a lack of inventive step, pointing directly to older games such as Ark, Monster Hunter 4, Craftopia, Cat Eye Connection, and Pokemon Go itself as examples of prior art. Imagine getting your own fucking game cited for a reason why you can't have your shitty little pattern. Get
Now-
fucking wrecked.
Again, quick disclaimer here. Nintendo, as a gaming company which makes games, they make solid games, they make great games. No one will ever argue about that. However, what we don't like Nintendo for is they're quite frankly archaic and questionable business decisions. From crunching companies, whether that's gone down, to their blatant, like, to what my opinion is anti-preservation. They are anti, emulation, which, to be fair, I can appreciate that the piracy isn't, and we'd never advocate piracy on the show, but at the same time, it's difficult to kind of suggest otherwise when literally most of your library of games is inaccessible unless you fucking pay a subscription charge, when really I'd like to buy them individually,
I completely understand getting your knickers in a twist about emulating like the Switch 2 and the Switch 1 and 2. I can understand that. That technically is piracy, but like emulating Game Boy games, GameCube games, the Virtual Boy, what
games you no longer sell and consoles you no longer sell.
Yeah, games are no longer sell on consoles you no longer sell.
Yeah, you don't fucking sell me like Shadow the fucking Hedgehog anymore. Like, Sega's not gonna get like a fucking dime from that.
When are we getting a rogue leader on the online Nintendo? Oh, never. Well, guess what?
Where the fuck is Rogue Squadron?
Oh, never. Oh, well, guess what then? As a Star Wars fan,
we'll have to emulate it.
Yeah.
Like,
if you, I don't think it's rude to assume to people that if you give people the ability to kind of get these things, they will buy them.
Yeah, no, there's like all you have to do is to go to the GOG Dream List website, and you will see so many people going, "Hey, we would love to buy this game again. Buy this game again."
Again.
Yeah, people will happily pay if you get a game and you get it running on normal software, on like modern software. People will happy to buy that from you. I mean, yeah, it won't earn you the big mega bucks, but it's something, But also, I'd like to circle back and also say it is very fucking insulting that Nintendo will not put the money into like improving its flagship franchise, but will instead engage in
lawyerism.
what I would say spurious patent fucking filing against against the competitor that looks like it's actually going to knock you off your pedestal. Well, I'm sorry, Nintendo. Maybe if you made a better product, people would actually want to fucking buy it.
Not just that, but
there's not the idea that the idea that like Palworld posed a threat.
Well, it certainly poses a threat now. If you're gonna Yeah, the thing is, all this has made you do is look like, 1, a bastard, 2, a wuss, and 2, like you're fucking frightened. Why are you fucking frightened, Nintendo, huh?
It's not just that, but also, the fact that Nintendo will gladly invest in the one thing that everyone loves, lawyers. Because there are times... Because, I mean, I think there was also a news article that came out recently where Nintendo sued a streamer for illegally emulating games. Now, granted, the streamer was asking for it, so I do think, so I do think they were somewhat justified there, so I do think there's agree. But Nintendo has always done... No offense to, well, actually, no, absolutely, I'm going to call them out for it. They've always gone after the fucking little guy.
Yep.
They have. They bully people.
They are a bully. They're a playground bully who saw that they might get outdone by their own game and decided, okay, well, we can't fight fair, so we'll fight dirty.
Well, at least today we know why they go after the little guy. Because when they go after the big guy, the thing that happens is they end up being Bellens and Burks.
They get dunked on.
Yeah, I will say Nintendo has always been like this. If you read any history about the console wars, you will discover that Nintendo used to have retailers over a barrel. They're not very nice people at all. They've never been
Nope.
nice people. They pretend to be family friendly, but they're cutthroat. They are they're a very cutthroat business. That's why they've stayed in power for so long. And I think it's about time they got humbled, honestly.
Yes, quite
I just
frankly.
this
I
is the
just-
time to kick them square in the shin. And I'm kind of glad that Power World has the backing of Sony, so they've actually got. I think they've got the money to fight this kind of thing. I know Nintendo's going to be dragging it on and on and on because that's what big companies do to try and exhaust their competition. But like, Nintendo really needs to be kicked in the shin, and I think a lot of us, like, a lot of people like look at the news now and was like, oh yeah, of course they rejected it. Why were you so concerned? But the thing was, Nintendo is a very prominent, very well respected company in Japan, and there was a legitimate concern that that would be how they got their patent through, kind of thing, where it was just like a nudge nudge wink wink thing. I mean, like, we saw something similar happen with the US, because I think a lot of people have sort of like concluded that it must have happened on like just before lunch break, and the patent officer was just like, oh fuck off, oh yeah, all right then, yeah, we'll approve it, sort of thing. It's lunch break time, kind of thing.
Especially
But like,
when other big players like Sony and Nintendo are trying the same tricks over and over again, and sometimes they succeed, sometimes they don't. But
yeah,
they try and try and try.
yeah, it's a legit concern to have that a company can just sort of like slide something under the rug and just get it because they're a well-known company, kind of thing. It's a
They
legit.
can swing their balls around and they win whatever they want.
But thankfully, the patent office has told them to go kick rocks. I mean, they can still appeal, and they probably will.
Yeah,
and
they're
that'll
going
sort
to
of push it.
appeal. They've already
gonna-
announced it.
Yeah, they're going to appeal, so this will push it into next year because, of course. But it's just nice to see. It's just nice to see like them going, no, go fuck yourself. And now the US is like, oh, really? Huh, okay then.
Well, let's put it this way. For me, if you were to say that, like Wizards of the Coast, Nintendo sent Pinkertons after people, I would not be so fucking surprised.
No.
Yeah,
Again, their family-friendly image is a cultivated image that hides that they are in fact a very cutthroat company, and they are not afraid to utilize that money and that leverage to get their way, even if their way is not right.
The thing is, I'm
like-
not convinced they hadn't. We just don't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, they had that. I think they have that ROM guy paying his legal fees for the rest of his life now.
Pretty much, yes.
And
Yeah.
like, that is like, you got what you wanted. You got the site put down. You got him in. I think he went to jail, didn't he? Or something.
Like that, yeah.
He got really badly punished. But no, we have he's essentially in like, I don't think it's slavery. There's another word for it. But he's
Indentured servitude?
indentured servitude to Nintendo for the rest of his fucking life now.
So, slavery
Because the
with
big
extra
company
steps.
got real fucking mad that he was distributing. Let me check here. Oh yeah, games they weren't selling anymore. Huh?
Yeah, that to me is fucking like, it really boggles my mind when it's like, when people are like doing that, especially you know how we are about preservation on the show. If you've not go watch episodes on preservation itself and other things. Nintendo I'm gonna put it quite blunt. When it comes to preservation, I'll extend to all companies, but particularly Nintendo are the enemy. They don't want to preserve your games because they don't want you to. They want you to pay for your current games. They either want you to buy your new games and don't want to have competition against old games, or they want to sell you your old games again. Which,
Yeah.
you know what? I'd be okay if you actually permanently owned those, but you don't.
Yeah. No. Drifting. I know you're in the chat. I don't know if you have access to it now. Wasn't there a Tumblr post about about this? There's a very nice Tumblr post about a describing buying strawberries. They put it down into like buying strawberries. You ask the store like, "Hey, I'd like to buy some strawberries," and they're like, "Oh, we haven't sold any strawberries for a long time, but it's a very long it's a story about buying strawberries essentially, and you can't buy the strawberries from the store because they haven't been selling strawberries in a while, but there might be a guy around the back who does, like, who sells a couple of strawberries. So you go to buy the strawberries, you go to get the strawberries from the guy who's selling them out the back of his car, and then like the fucking president of Nintendo pops out and throws a bomb and kills you and destroys the strawberries, and is like, fuck you, kind of thing. That's
Yeah.
not how the poke goes, but
No.
it's
Hey!
No, because it's like, I get what you're saying. Like the idea of if you're not selling the product anymore and you can't get that product, why is it you're concerned that people can get that product now easily? It's not valuable
Yeah.
to you. Clearly, it's not valuable to you. You've shown that.
yeah,
It might be valuable to them one day. It's not like it will be, but it might. So they hate
Oh, it
that.
Yeah.
might. Oh,
Yeah.
dear me.
It's like saying to me, if I fucking if I pick up some abandonware from a well-known website, I'm just gonna go with we're gonna go with Leco Loco. I'm gonna pick that up from abandonware website. Am I hurting the development at all? No, because that development studio no longer exists. Like,
And
who do I give the money to?
the
Kind
number
of
of
thing.
the number of copies in the world haven't increased or decreased. It's
Yeah, it's stupid, and it's just
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like,
It is
I would love.
ridiculous.
Look. Most people on Earth are essentially honest people. If you said to them, "Hey, you know that old game you used to like playing on your like Nintendo 720 or thing? Here it is for purchase again on your thing." And most people would be like, "That's really
Oh,
cool.
sweet.
I will pay for that," kind of thing. But if people are coming up to you and say, "Hey, I would like to play, I don't know, like Silver the Hedgehog 3 on my Switch Electric Boogaloo 3," kind of thing, and they're like, "No, we don't sell that anymore, and the console's not been on production for like forever." What do you expect people are going to do? They're going to emulate it.
Yeah.
They're going to.
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Unfortunately, and you can see it in every Nintendo game, including Pokemon Legends Z2A, as we've noticed many times. Nintendo's approach is you're going to play how we want it, when we want it, and what we want you to play. You're not playing what you want. You play what we want.
Oh, bro, don't even start me on what the fuck they did with Mario Kart World. Woo, we'll be here all day.
We all day. Right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the police, they're coming for me.
So before we move on to the main topic, which we will start off in the next kind of 20 minutes, so we can get done by 1:30. We might go over a little bit
Soon.
Let's talk about what happened over the weekend. We had Games Done Queer over the weekend. For anyone who doesn't know,
Yeah.
GDQ is also which is often known as Games Done Quick, decided over the weekend that they were going to do because things are a little bit shit right now in the US.
Well, it's a bit shit everywhere.
A bit shit everywhere, but that they would do a fundraiser specifically for. Now I'm going to make sure I get this right because I don't want to. Because I did donate to
Lambda
it. So.
Legal?
That's it. Yes, that's it. Lambda Legal. Lambda Legal, which is for it's a LGBTQI plus legal fund that helps LGBTQ plus people in the US. In financial assistance in terms of like for lawyers and funds and things. Now that was donations done, so it's about LGBTQ people. The idea is like, okay, we're gonna call it Games Done Queer because we call it Games Done Quick. It's a fun little quirky. We could change the Q to queer. It'll be fun. And we'll also feature a lot of people who on the show who are queer people, which is most of not. Our audience anyways, because there's a bit of crossover in the gaming sphere.
We have like, where is Lemming here? we have a token straight over there.
Yeah.
I love the wave. That's going in the thumbnail.
It's a very kind of sitcom wave, like, hey, it's me talking straight.
Oh, they get very. However, so I used to watch Screw Attack back in the day. And of course, there's a fellow upon that known as Stuttering Craig. Now Craig is a bit of a controversial figure because he he's that, but he decided last year to do the Real Game Awards, which of course you could vote, just you got to pay for your fucking pleasure to vote in that.
Oh, he's that asshole.
Yeah, he's that asshole.
I know there's so many grifting losers that they all.
Yeah, I kind of mentally blocked it out until you mentioned that thing.
I opened his YouTube page, and his introduction video starts like, "Are you a normal man tired of all the agenda being pushed on you?" And I'm like, "Okay,
no, fuck off." Push all of your agenda on me. I'm the token straight guy, and I'm telling y'all, do whatever. It's fun.
Is your agenda giving me a cat? Then yes, please push that agenda on me. I want kittens, please. I want.
Yes, cat
distribution. My agenda is to continue building Lego.
So
cat distribution system should be part of gay agenda.
So shout out to the side scrollers, what they're referring to as that in that respect. Now on that show, he of course had what I would call perhaps the most tasty of gaming takes in the world, coming from
coming. Tasty, if by tasty you mean vomit-inducing, then yes.
Well, I'm talking about a person here, because of course there is. I mean, there are several controversial figures within the gaming zeitgeist now, I guess you could say. We've got Grums, we've got Jen Della Ross, we've got Yorch Touched Games. Amongst them.
Oh yes, Grums. How's Ember coming along, by the way?
Yeah. Don't ask. Don't ask.
Have you refunded your supporters yet? I don't think you have you? That's very naughty, Grums.
Yeah.
How's the milk, Grums? Did it age well?
Oof,
no, we have to.
Worse.
No. He wasn't the one who stole the breast milk. Okay, that was another goofy son of a bitch.
Are you saying you're 100% sure he doesn't have stolen breast milk in his fridge?
I can neither confirm or deny.
He's not the one who stole the one from the Blizzard fridge, okay? Like, if we're gonna criticize Grums, let's at least get our facts right, okay? He is a loser. We don't need to stoop to lying about him.
So. Okay. So there was so they have their own podcast, and on that podcast, we had Joe. I'll be honest. On your show, you don't even name who your co-hosts are. I mean, I've got them underneath their names on this show.
That doesn't seem very. That seems. Well, I'm just gonna say that seems like a mistake. I'm not going to assume malice. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, that's not malice. That's just simply not having.
That's idiocy.
Yes.
Well,
that's just production quality.
We'll just assume that he's an idiot and doesn't know how to properly credit people. Okay, people make mistakes.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm doing nothing.
Look, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Then me and my womanly ways will give him the benefit of the doubt. Woo!
All I know is that.
How dare you?
All three members of Twat. I don't even know who. I think Blabs was her name on the podcast as well. Anyway, regardless, all three are fucking grifters as far as I'm concerned. And there was some talking about I mean, I have the video. It's 11 minutes long. I don't exactly want to subject our audience to it. It's I don't know, right? So yeah, there's this going on. They were basically saying why does it matter? Why does any of this matter in terms of the whole games done well? Who does who you sleep with matter? Now,
why do you immediately jump to the fact that this is about who we're fucking? That's very strange. Why would you think that? Why would you immediately jump to that? That's quite weird. Are you okay? Do you need to see a therapist?
I think
even outside.
To be fair, I think we all know that all those people in that kind of zeitgeist need to see a therapist. Asmongold
There
definitely needs to see a therapist.
issues.
He absolutely needs to see a therapist.
Therapists, plural.
Yes, plural, in that respect. So, yeah. And now, again, I don't want to misquote them, so I'm trying to kind of make sure I don't, because that's the thing you don't want to do is misquote someone. Smash JT, that was who was the other person who was on the show.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
If you're going to tear
the other
people
prick,
down, make sure your quotations are right.
the other prick who apparently worked in
Hi,
the industry.
Jesse. We're busy. Things have happened.
Yeah, hi Jesse.
Yeah, we're promoting Games Done Queer.
Yeah. And they basically
smashing people who don't like it.
Do you know? I think for importance sake, we should kind of like show the video, and to make sure we're not misquoting them. So I'm going to shove the video up and let the audience kind of watch along with us. We're going to do a live reaction.
Mute it, and put the subtitles on, and then.
That's what we're going to do. Yes. So.
Yes, and then people can see what they're saying. Hopefully, the subtitles will be right. Here's hoping.
Yep. So here we go. We're going to shove that on there. Shove on the subtitles.
Yeah, because we're trying to be transformative. We don't want to play the whole video. We just gotta.
Not games done quick, but games done queer.
It's called commentary, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we are attempting to
just slapping the queer name on top of their logo. Apparently, is what they're claiming. Which, you know, can someone honestly say that that's not done like as a bit of fun, quick and queer?
It's just this little silly thing. Come on, you guys don't know about. I think these guys need to frolic in some fields. You know that I think that would do. I'm actually going to be 100% serious. Like, guys, have you just like gone outside and just frolicked in a field for a while, or just gone for a walk or something? Enjoyed the outside, like brought joy and love into your hearts. Maybe that would help.
There is a chasm where their hearts are, Shannon. You should know this. So Smash immediately jumps in saying, it kind of feels like the desperate attempt to keep injecting woke ideology into the games industry when it's kind of fizzling out, and they're just like desperately throwing it at anything they can, slapping it on. Like, no, we're here, we're queer still, we didn't co-opt. We're still here, please.
Also, dude, games have been woke since 1976.
We were kind of joking about this earlier.
Also, bitch and moan all you want about people who have been here forever and are still going to be here forever.
I'm putting my gay little hands on your video games.
Here we go.
My gay hands on your video games.
Before you play Diddy Kong Racing, do you need to tell everybody who you slept with before you play as a qualifier? No, you don't.
That's a weird thing to do. That's a weird thing to do, Smash.
I think we're
Why
done.
the fuck would you do that? Are you okay?
Well, that was Craig.
Also,
that was Craig who said that. But
I think GDQ should make it a requirement. If you didn't have a dick in the last 6 months, you cannot participate in GDQ.
Well, they actually go through the FAQ where it says like, can straight people involved? And GDQ are like, absolutely. There's no requirement for you to be gay. However, it's to highlight. Wow. It's to highlight, and they say like, oh, we want it to be based on merit, not about who you slept with. And I have a quote from one of the runners in the show, a good friend of the show, Laura Petal, who of course is on. Full disclosure,
who was a damn good gamer. Let me tell you,
damn
that
good
girl
gamer.
could kick our ass from 6 ways to Sunday.
Damn good gamer. I will
regularly does on Fridays.
Regularly does. I will point out that for full disclosure, Laura is a member of Silly Voices Saturday as a regular cast member, so there is a connection there, and she is a friend of ours. So full disclosure there. But I do have a direct quote from her because she was sickened at this, of them basically taking this and basically fighting against it. And I'm going to quote her entire statement because it is, I think it's very important to actually hear from. So I'm a gay person, I'm queer, and Burn Shadow also queer as well, but I think it's important to hear from someone who actually was actively involved in the event. I was also watching the event, so I can validate this as well. You can also validate this by going and watching Laura's run and seeing that everything she says is true. So here we go. So you saw my run. I did not once bring up my sexuality or who I was sleeping with or any kind of fucking topic like that. I played my game. I talked about my game, I hyped up the charity and fundraising, I got the chat to do a fun spam thing that wasn't anything to do with saying who their favorite gay video game ship is or anything. It was simply something that the community does whenever there's a big jump because it's honoring a particular speedrunner. Do these shows even know that mainline GDQ events, AGDQ and SGDQ, have always had queer folks in them? Basically saying that GDQ have always been accepting of us. They have always had LGBTQI2S plus runners, supporters, tech people, and audience members, because that's who they are. Your meritocracy-based speedrun event, as the Joker wants, will statistically have the same degree of sexual minority representation, because the best in some game communities are LGBTQ plus identifying, because GDQ's always welcomed us. We're in everything we're in everything that they do. Runner, promoter, technical safety. We're in every facet of a successful speedrunning event. We've never had to co-opt anything because speedrunning has always been a space ready and welcoming to us. Cis folk in GDQ audiences cheer on most every mention of LGBTQI plus rights. What fucking planet these idiots have been on the past 15 years to not notice this? It literally is as simple as everyone deserves recognition for their achievements in gaming prowess, and our charity this time wants to help wider sexual minority community at the same time. The chuds who constantly say I have no problem with LGBTQ OMGW2FB barbecue clearly do a problem with us and want to get against us. Basically, I agree with Laura. They say they don't care, but they talk about it fucking a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for people who don't care, you spend an awful lot of time talking about us.
Yeah, also it's
complaining
kind
about
of weird, guys. I mean, you need to get a hobby. Like, would you like to play some video games? You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
wait.
their
There are gay
egos are
people in your video
yeah.
games. I'm so sorry. Maybe you should take up Warhammer. Oh no, there's trans people in Warhammer. Oh gosh.
Oh,
I
no.
don't think I think you
You-
guys are gonna have to take up. Well, you can't have train spotting. I'm in train spotting, and I'm queer. You see. You'll have to take up watching paint dry. Yeah, that sounds like a very
no, queer
very
people enjoy watching paint dry. Also, you and
pay-
McGregor was in
We
train
pay enough
spotting and
rainbows for it.
you support LGBTQ plus people, so you can't have train spotting.
Yeah,
to
no,
con-
you can't have train spotting. Fuck off.
to return to the quote from Laura Petal. Yeah, so again, they clearly do have a problem with us and want to litigate, mandate, and legalize our erasure now more than ever. The same folks who say, I don't care, while actively showing that they do in fact care by their blatant homophobic/transphobic pretery. I won't let the people that these three ended up targeting when they sniped the event live stream know they were made fun of, but I feel sick to my stomach on their behalf. Fucking childish behavior from three supposed adults. We're here, we're queer, and we don't want three fucking jerkwads anywhere near. Can't put it better myself.
Absolutely.
Because
yes.
Yeah,
there's so many times when I see people say like, oh, I'm upset there's a gay person in this. And yet they say, oh, but I have no problem with gay people. It's like, what the fuck are you on about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I will say actually, before Gamergate, before we had Gamergate, I will just say, like, if those gamers could look at you right now and see the fucking like tantrums and the screaming and the upset and the tears that you are throwing against the game person, they would be disgusted with you. They would tease you. I mean, you are getting teased. The commentary community is raking you over the fucking coals, laughing at you.
They
and
will
how pathetic
literally
you are.
ask whether
Like-
you're fucking 3 or 33.
Yeah, you are. You are the social justice warriors you used to laugh about. You are pathetic. You are pathetic, Weasley little losers now. I just.
You
Man, you just-
disgust us.
What is there to say?
You're
What is there to
disgusting.
say?
Well, my whole point that I really dislike upon this is the fact that they like saying, oh, it should be on merit based. Look,
Are you?
I mean,
Sorry.
isn't it?
No, go ahead.
yeah, but, you know, Lauren just said it, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say. So, are you saying that a gay person can't be good at speedrunning a video game? Is that what you just said? I think you need to say that again.
Yeah.
And like, you do know that's kind of bigotry, right? That like, yeah, you could like, oh no, everything's bigotry. Like, no, like change out
Legitimately
like
is.
queer for like woman or black, and that's kind. don't like that.
I
Ooh,
mean, they don't care as long as they have their audience. Because it's all about the audience. It's all about the money. If they could get away with saying actual racist things, they would.
I
They
mean,
would
you guys should
happily
be a
do it.
kick if you want to say that. But
But yeah, I have no problem with gay people. They just can't be in my video games. Exactly, drifting, and that to me really fucking annoys me.
I don't
It's
understand.
unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, what do you think? Do you think like the gays are gonna come and get you? They put their little hands on you. Like, grow up,
Okay.
man.
I think
May I-
they do actually fear that.
May I question what woke ideology is being pushed by there being a gay person in your game?
That it's okay to be something else than cis straight male.
Yeah,
Or-
I guess it's scary that people like men kiss other
Yeah.
men and women kiss other women, and sometimes
That they
people-
exist.
The
Yeah, it's just like, wow,
the
scary.
queer agenda is that other things than just cis straight males are acceptable
Oh no!
Wow, I
and should be
saw.
accepted. That's the
Wow,
agenda.
yeah. Sorry, Burr.
No, that's it. That's the agenda. Full stop.
Yeah, like wow, I saw Evac kiss his boyfriend. Wow, scary. Wow, I
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Oh, I feel so sorry for you.
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
with respect, what I hate is that whenever you bring up, okay, what agenda is being pushed, that gay people get treated with dignity and respect.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, man.
Ser-
That's
Are you
kinda weird.
serious fucking me right now? You know, are you trying to suggest that that is wrong in some kind of way? Oh, but I don't
Yeah,
want to. I don't want to see it. That's kind of a you problem. If you don't want to see it, that is you know, you can't say I'm not homophobic, but I don't want to see it. That kind of is like, you know, the
Yeah,
two don't
it's
exactly.
It's not.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
those
also-
It's not the social norm I was raised
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like, so you can clock a gay person? That's interesting.
Mm.
I didn't know gaydar actually existed.
As for meritocracy, you know, at the time when she speedrun it, Laura was 8th in the ranking for the record with only like seconds difference. She's also out of those 8, the most recent speedrunner of all of them, with only Doyle FF who's in 7th place and Fosini who got the world record 10 months ago. So to say that she's not
Nice.
merit based, like she volunteered for a start, and she's clearly experienced. She knows what she's doing. You know, it's not like
Yeah,
they
I mean-
decided to go to me, who has no experience in speedrunning Ridge Race, and like, do you want to
Yeah,
speedrun?
I mean, Laura was practicing for quite some time before this event.
Yeah.
So she had numerous Ridge Racer streams to practice for this.
And
And
God,
I mean, she's a very good gamer, like really, really good.
I saw the chat. There were people being like, "Holy shit!" Like, because the Ridge Race is not widely shown at these events, and people go like, "Holy shit! How is she pulling off those turns?" And that's a bit. Even I was like, "Whoa, that is, yeah." And
Crushed it.
Well,
As
she
you
crushed
can
it.
probably tell, she's very good at Mario Kart.
she's very good.
Yeah.
She's very good at Mario Kart.
And especially that she had this crutch in the means of this weird controller that you have to control like this.
She was playing a Negicon, which apparently is the most efficient way to play it. It's amazing.
Wow.
So they got to
It was
show off the technology.
complicated too.
Yeah, but let's not forget that Games Done Quick is they are in very rarely does a record get set on Games Done Quick. They are there to hopefully set a record, and when it does happen, it's a big pop.
Yeah.
But it's mostly there to kind of see, okay, well, let's see how speedrunning works. I mean, I've seen
Yeah, it's a
some
big event.
speedrunning. I've seen some. I've watched their
Yeah.
events. They also go in the video. Will point out saying, "Oh, how many donations are up to? Oh, how many viewers are up to? Oh, up to about so there's only 1,500 people watching. Well, I guess that just goes to show how much people are invested in the LGBTQ thing. When it's like,
Yeah.
if you look at any of those streams, their figures are like for like one of their events, and then they have
Yeah,
a lot. You know, that's just
It's spiky. That's just the nature of the thing.
because they said,
Yeah.
"Oh, this channel's got 1 million followers. Why are there not like 10,000 people watching?" Because people tend to watch the games they're interested in. I mean, I was only watching because Laura was involved. I have no interest
Yeah,
in Ridge
exactly.
Racer.
Yeah.
Look. I love my friends very, very much, but if they're and sometimes their personalities alone will get me to watch games that I have no interest in.
But I
Like,
draw my line in racing games.
look, I just don't. Look, I'm not very good at racing games. Okay, I don't need the salt to be rubbed in. But I mean, I love my friends very much. But if they're not streaming a game that I give a shit about, I'm not gonna watch it, you know? Like they know that. And I'm if I ever stream, if I'm ever in like the fucking Discord streaming something, I don't expect them to be watching. I would like them to watch, but if I'm streaming like City Skylines and they're like, oh god, I can't watch Shadow like fucking try to build a road for like 5 fucking minutes, like that's perfectly fine.
To be fair, Shadow, and I'll say this about anyone, I have gotten people to start watching content that they otherwise wouldn't have thought be interested. I mean, you would never thought you would be interested in Hitman. So
that is true. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like sometimes personalities alone can get you watching things that you didn't expect. But like if you're like 100% certain you're not going to enjoy a thing, you're like, yeah, nah.
They
kind
then
of thing.
go on to talk about like, oh, what if they did a straight done, games done straight? It's like
That's the
that's the
whole
whole time. That's what happens all the time. Again, if
Are
they
you guys like so?
it's
Are you
also
guys like looking to be pressed so much that you want your own little thing?
I will
Wow.
also
as talking straight, I can say the straights are in a bad situation right now.
I will also say, and just call out because conveniently, none of those three seem to mention the actual who the donations were going to.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
It's almost like that provides a lot of context to why the event might be themed around LGBTQI people. Almost like that it somehow undermines their very argument.
Yeah, why are you guys like if you guys want to know about like cis straight people racing speedrunning, why did I say racing? I don't know why. You would like promote games done quick normally? Why or other speedrunning organizations? Why did you not do did you do that? Did you do that? I don't think you did you? Kind of undermining your point.
Debatable.
Sounds like you just want to complain for the sake of being complainy.
Internet hate
That's very
machine in full
normal.
force yet again.
Yeah,
I
that
just
was
want to complain about the gays for just. I don't
Oh,
like the gays. Yeah.
really annoys me. And look, people say, "Oh, but you want to force LGBT content in games." I don't give a shit.
No, I don't really.
It's nice when it appears. Do I want it eradicated? No, because I think representation is important. But
I think it's nice if I get to kiss, and if my female character gets to kiss another woman. But like, I can live without not doing that kind of thing. I mean, a lot of. I mean, I tend to romance the girls anyway.
I wonder if we'll ever see a canonically gay male protagonist in my lifetime. Probably
That would
not.
be neat.
Probably not, because people go, "Ew, gay," and and don't want to play as that character. Even though I've been forced to play as straight people my entire fucking life.
Even in a Ballad of a
I
Gay
did talk
Tony,
to
you
play a
don't get
guy
to play
most
Gay
of the time.
Tony.
Jesus.
What was that, Bert?
Even in a Ballad of a Gay Tony, you don't get to play Gay Tony.
Now, Louis, actually,
I've got a point.
Actually, that might be the only example I've heard of. Is Louis is gay? Louis is gay, isn't he?
I don't remember.
I don't know, actually.
I repressed all memories of GTA 4.
Is Louis Lopez? I don't know.
I'll be honest, I only have
apparently
2 memories.
There's no evidence to suggest that Louis is gay or straight. So
I feel like I have played a gay protagonist, but I can't remember when, where.
So I say this particularly because, based on my own research, which I admit is anecdotal and based upon what I can find, I've only been able to find very few examples of a canonically. So that is a character that is gay no matter what. So you can't. So Mass Effect doesn't count because you can't. You can choose to be gay. As like a character who, like Nathan Drake, is canonically straight because he always gets in a romance with Elena. There's no way that you cannot play that game and not have a romance with Elena. There is no canonically gay male protagonist that I'm aware of.
That is true, yeah, because I feel like there has been a female protagonist that has been gay, but you
recently.
never see a male loving male protagonist.
Because lesbians
very-
are fetishized.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's very weird.
On the other hand, though, the most recent gay female protagonist I can recall is Ellie from The Last of Us 2.
Ellie and
She's not been fetishized. She's been shit all over by most of the chat internet for years.
same for
Yeah, but
Aloy,
what
actually.
L
Yeah.
means, what L means is it's a lot more acceptable to have lesbians than it is to have gay men.
That's my point.
That is true, yes.
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
think sorry.
Question: What about bisexuality?
Bisexuality is a weird one because a lot of people will retrofit that as to just being straight.
Because both Hades games bend both ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, depending on where
again,
bisexuality is in that weird. Bisexuality gets turned into a binary sort of choice
Yeah.
about one way or another, depending on where you look. If you look in Tumblr, it's more likely to be the gay side, and they won't acknowledge that you can be romantic with the opposite gender. Whilst in other spaces, it's canonized as straight, and they just completely ignore the fact that there's like a gay anything.
Yeah, when you look at Swastita, it's only straight options.
yeah, I mean that's the thing is without thing loving is the reason I say canon and non-determinate is because the idea that no matter what you do, the relationship will always be a gay relationship. A bit like, and the best example is that Last of Us episode of the TV series,
Yeah.
where you see Bill and his partner. That is
with Nick Offerman.
great episode. People really complained about that because it was two guys, and that's the thing is that people just seem to have this like, ew, I don't want to be involved with that, even though I don't think there's even a kiss in those episodes. A lot of it is like it's clearly they're a couple.
There is implied sex scene.
Okay. I mean, I can understand.
But it's the
I wouldn't want the
kind
sex,
of sex scene that like drifting writes in her face, like fade to black.
Face to black. Oh God, Jesus Christ, really? People are upset about the fade to black. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
but it implies that those two guys sucked each other's dicks, so it's already ick.
Oh wow, they sucked each other's dick. Wow.
But no,
scary.
I mean, like,
Scaring, aren't we?
What really annoys the fuck out of me, I always say it when I raise these arguments, is that for years I've played straight characters all the time. Never complained. I don't have a problem with there being straight characters in games at all. And you know the whole like people saying, "Oh, they're erasing straight white males." No, I think that they're going to be less, but they should still exist as a demographic.
Hey, if you want to play a white straight male, just play Call of.
Yeah, got paid to Call of Duty.
Any modern shooter.
Yeah, any modern shooter.
To be honest, when you have 150 games and one of them has a gay man protagonist, you can play the other 149 games.
Yeah, I think you're missing out by not playing it, but like you can just do that.
But
like,
you can. Yeah, you have way more options than someone who wants to play the game.
Yeah, what do you think that Elle and I have been doing this whole time, and we've not complained? Well, we complain about it, but we've not like.
Well, I don't ever complained about it because it's like, well, you know, it's just the way that's the way it is. But I'm always more great. I'm grateful when I do see an alternate representation because it's like, oh, I get to see. I don't have to abstract as much. Like I can still identify between. I can identify in the love between a man and a woman because I still understand the concept of love.
Yeah.
You know?
So we can walk a mile in someone else's shoes.
I mean.
Yeah, then you're a mile away and they don't have shoes.
Yeah, like I'll point out, like South of Midnight, the protagonist is a black woman from the deep south. Like, look at me, I'm as pale as a fucking newborn. You know, it's just like. I have like no literally the only connection I have with Hazel is that we're both women kind of thing, and yet that's what I really enjoy about her as a character because I get to see a completely new perspective.
By the way,
kind of
we're
thing.
kind of cooking on this topic, so I don't want us to stop. So we'll do the one with everything next time. But
Yeah.
but I think we to continue discussion. Gazing games is what I'm going to call it. Like I can already hear I can already hear the nasty tip tapping of someone on Reddit saying,
hey,
"Well,
El.
yeah, yes."
Hey,
Can
El,
we call
you
it
actually...
Games Done Queer?
No, I was going to say, can we have the title as Exacerbate again then, please?
Cool. I will put that. That's now the name of the episode. We'll use that word for the show, and that clearly works. So let's do that.
It's my favorite word.
Exacerbate the gaze. Now,
Mine is so moist.
I can already hear the tip tapping of people saying, "Well, then if you can accept it, why does it matter if we have gay people in games? Why can't you then just accept that and always play as straight people?" It's like, because
You're the ones causing all the trouble, mate.
Yeah, it's like, are you okay? Do you want to go? Do you need to go outside?
We should take you to the playground.
there are
Do you need
so
to
many.
touch grass?
There are so many people who literally
Honestly, can you please? I want to
flags
go to the playground.
flags in Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, yeah.
There being like a gay side quest between two.
Imagine being like so pathetic that that the sight of a flag makes you want to like mod it out. Like, bruh, come
Although,
on.
thank you for reminding me that there were flags in Spider-Man 2, because I'm playing Spider-Man 2 right now, and I am zooming through the city so fast, and I'm having so much fun, as I've always had in Spider-Man. I'm having so much fun swinging around the city. I don't even notice that there are flags. I would have completely missed that if you didn't remind me.
There's also a side quest which you'll get to, which you're probably gonna deal with. But yeah, it's I had an argument with someone earlier in the year who quite blatantly told me, and I wish I could. It's so easy to bring up the quote on Twitter. Who said that? Because this is about Assassin's Creed Shadows. And in Assassin's Creed Shadows, there are romance options. Now, do I think romance options belong in Assassin's Creed? Probably not, but they put them in there. They do have the option for a gay romance for Yasuke. I apologize if I'm butchering the name. And someone literally said...
You're close enough.
Yeah. Someone literally said that shouldn't happen. Like, and I think the logic they used is this game was built on the backs of straight people buying this game. If you want gay stuff, go make your own game. Don't co-op their own game.
This game has a black protagonist. No straight man bought this game.
Well, but they're saying the franchise, what they're saying, not that game specifically. The franchise was built on the back of straight fans, therefore it's a straight thing. So don't let the gays.
Funny story actually. I used to follow an artist on DeviantArt, and they worked on some of the Assassin's Creed games as an artist. You'll never guess, but she was a woman.
Wow.
She was also queer, by the way.
Wow.
Also, there is a reason for the fact that there was a disclaimer at the beginning of every Assassin's Creed game saying that it is made by a group of people from all environments, all sexualities, all ethnicities, and all beliefs.
Oh, we have the game.
Diversity.
I will talk
to make sure you know that there were queer people making this game.
I will say, Ubisoft is a fucking coward for not supporting their development, their devs, and standing behind them when all this shit like erupted. But I will give them that. I will give them this one tiny sliver of respect for at least putting that in.
Yeah.
And they did it ever since Assassin's Creed 1, which was basically a tech demo to see if people will be interested.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I really liked the relationship between Nathan Drake and Elena, and it would be nice if I saw like that kind of relationship written honestly for a gay couple, whether it be male or female, and people will be like, but I don't want to see that. If you don't want to see that, that kind of suggests something about you, Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Due to my preferences, I don't want to see that. But if it's in a game as part of the character progression, I will experience it.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not going to say, "Ew, I don't want that."
Yeah,
it's going to be there.
I mean, I'm not saying we want a fucking sex scene. That is the core.
Yeah, no. I think a more softer way of putting this for the people who might be watching that are not off their fucking tits and stuff like. If the concept of a male character coming onto your male character makes you uncomfortable, I think it's probably good to consider why that makes you uncomfortable, kind of thing. Just sit with it for a little minute and just like deconstruct it for yourself and be like, well, why is this making me uncomfortable? And you might learn some new things about yourself, kind of thing. And it might be a bit ugly, and you might think, oh God, I don't like that. But I think it's important. I think it's important to be uncomfortable sometimes, you know?
Yeah. Also have a thought experiment of imagining someone hitting on you and you saying, no, thank you, I'm not interested. What
Yeah.
will happen? What do you think will happen? And why do you think this is what will happen?
I mean,
Yeah.
the exact same thing that happened in Cyberpunk 2077 when the male love interest that I just done his story with tried to make a move, and I went, no thanks, and he was cool with it.
Yeah,
Give me his gun.
I had that, but the other way around. The best, hottest NPC in that game that has the best side quest with. I was hitting on him, and he said no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
And that's it. Over.
Yeah, like the one thing you can guarantee with like with like video game romances is like if you say no, they will stop.
Yeah.
Most-
And if
yeah,
and if
like,
you and if you don't think they will, why do you not believe in consent? What in you makes you not believe in consent?
yeah, it's like why do you think that a guy might not accept your refusal of consent? That's an interesting thought. I think you might need to unpack that a little bit.
Yeah. Like, why do you think they will not take your no for an answer?
Yeah, just it's not a thing about you. It's just something you need to think about. I think
Yeah.
it's important.
Yeah. And find yourself a therapist to talk through this with them.
Yeah, and not in a bad way as well.
Yeah.
Getting a counselor or something to just talk to.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, the amount of times that I've unpacked shit just talking to these guys is quite considerable, and you will be able to unpack a lot more with a licensed professional.
Yeah, with someone who knows what to ask you to like think about.
Yes, this has gotten very heavy, but
Yeah.
Here
Yeah,
we
I can
go.
feel the weight.
Here we go. I decided to kind of go to delve back into my history, and I found the quotes that of the person I was
God.
battling with.
Oh, I thought that you found a game with a gay pro tag.
No.
Alas.
So here we go. So here are the arguments that this person throws in my face. The problem is when it's shoved down the throats of a fan base that it doesn't appeal to. That's one comment. You don't
How is it shoved down?
because
Seems to be shoved down to me. Just seems to exist. A choice is there.
a choice is there. Yeah. And then a comment.
Yeah.
Then make your own shit. Nobody's telling you can't make your own fucking shit and enjoy it. And anyone that does is a fucking piece of shit. Just don't contribute or support ruining what majority of people love just because you're being represented.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. I distinctly remember back in the game, around the Gamergate days, where they said, well, why don't you gay people go and make your own games instead of like stealing stuff from us? So we went and made our own games, and then you got mad about it. Like, guys, come on.
They also say things like, let's take your favorite gay LGBTQI plus thing in the world and just start replacing all the characters with straight white guys. Let's see how you like it. My response is, but we don't have gay. There's no such thing as a gay show.
Yeah, like, oh, are you going to do that to Queer Eye? Well, that kind of like defeats the whole point of the show, but okay.
Yeah, I mean that's a very kind of a very egregious example. But my point is that they seem to be wanting the idea of let's segregate the gays from us, which is like that does sound a bit.
We did segregation one time before. It didn't end well. Stop it.
Yeah, there's something like very uncomfy about the notion of the fact that there's a gay person that just happens to be existing in the game is just like very against their beliefs, and it's like, well, it's a choice. It's a choice, like the fucking FOV slider. Like, okay, you
Oh,
can like not touch it. It's I don't understand it. It's like, are you the same person who puts your hand on a hot plate because it's there and because you can do it, and then you get your hand burned? Clearly not. Like, come on.
another quote from, I mean, so just he's responding to me. So I've said, listen, you and I are never going to see eye to eye. I say you can't keep gay people and straight people separated in the way you mentioned. The fact that you also claim commodity for the straights like it is for you, it just the fact that you also claim a commodity for the straights like it is for you and just for you is very close-minded. And he says, I mean, you can in video games. These are fictional worlds. They don't even need to follow our real world concepts of sexuality at all if we don't want them to. And is it? Last time I checked, straight men are still the vast majority of players and have always been. Almost like that's some kind of like justification for why it should just be.
That's not true anymore. If I remember correctly, the last time that they did a survey, it's almost half and half between men and women.
Oh, but that's not. Yeah, but you see, Shadow, they're not proper gamers. They're including people who play mobile games on their phone for an hour.
Okay. Oh, is that not real gaming? Is it?
Apparently not.
Interesting.
Also, that's
Interesting.
not what
Gaming
the
since the
survey
early
was done
2000s.
about.
Yeah.
The survey was done about the real games, and in real games, there's half and
Real
half.
games.
Well, to be
Ah,
exact, that survey basically qualified that anyone who took part who qualifies as a gamer is someone who spent at least, I think it's like an hour a day, like gaming, or an hour,
yeah,
or
that's
an
all I
hour,
would get.
or an hour a week. Not like, and people are saying, oh, but that's not a gamer. Like 1 hour. It was either an hour a day or an hour a week gaming.
I'd argue that is. That
No, I agree. I agree. What they're doing is they're trying to say, oh, but that's not a proper gamer. This is a proper gamer. They're trying to create.
Yeah, you're trying to gatekeep, but the problem is, like, you can't do that. You can't do that. Once we start, like, segregating what is a game and what isn't a game,
Arsehole watching. If you're playing FIFA and you only play FIFA, I don't think you're a proper gamer.
yeah, because you don't like.
Yeah.
I know a lot.
You
I
don't
know.
broaden your gaming horizons. You only play one type of game, which is boring.
Yeah, no, I knew a lot of young men at my high school who only played, like, I think, like FIFA, Football Manager, maybe Call of Duty and Call of Duty and Battlefield kind of thing. Like, only a couple of like video games. They weren't very widely I can't think of the word, widely playing or anything like that. And I would never have considered them anything less than gamers, because what does it matter to me or to anybody else if they're just playing like one or two or three
No,
different games?
I mean,
They're enjoying
I would
themselves.
never.
They're playing.
I would never gatekeep, but to be quite honest, Shadow, they're the same arseholes who are saying that people aren't gamers. But...
I am going to bat for these guys. I'm going to go to bat for
Oh no, no.
those guys.
Oh no,
'Cause
no.
they
I'm not gonna say they're not gamers. They are. It's just that I think there's a lot of people in the world who are very, very rich in saying like these aren't gamers, when really, when they look at their own gaming pedigree, that they themselves are just as guilty as either not playing as many games or not playing as often. I mean, and also, like, I've not played much this month. Did I suddenly lose my gamer card?
Yeah, I think we've gone beyond. I think we've gone beyond saying who is and isn't a gamer. I think if you're still having this argument in the year of our Lord 2025 that is nearly over, I think you need to go back to 2012. Honestly, like, where's your fucking time machine? You are a baby. Go away.
There is a theory that I heard yesterday, which I'm actually going to go into, if I may. And I'm gonna properly advocate where I got it from. It was I don't often watch. I subscribe to GameSpot, but I don't often watch GameSpot. But it was
Not anymore.
yeah, it was a video on one of their shows which they did, and I want to make sure I credit it appropriately, so I'm just gonna quickly find what it's for. Um,
Oh,
and
consider you might need these links for when this goes up as a YouTube video.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Oh god, it's one of the annoying things when you can't find that video. So it was a video on GameSpot, or it was a podcaster where they were talking about um basically concurrent player figures and how it's the opinion of the host, and it's just his opinion. He's saying that it's just, it grinds his gears, that concurrent player numbers is a silly, stupid metric for people to be basing certain games on when there was this was in defense of, I think it was Double Fine's recent game, which is about 3 hours long, and how apparently it didn't break 500 concurrent players. Which their response is, really, a game you can beat in 3 hours didn't beat 1,000 concurrent players. Color me shocked.
Yeah,
that was it.
Wow.
It was GameSpot. This is the hurt. The video title is this is hurting the way we view games. It was a podcast, I think, between Kurt and Lucy. As part of that episode, Kurt and Lucy gotcha. So yeah, there you go.
I mean, the only time I can think of where concurrent playership would be anywhere relevant is in games that are multiplayer only.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean fucking squat in a single player game.
But people
Yeah.
still do it. People still, like, I've seen people who say like, "Oh, Ghost of Yotai," or what is it? Well, not Ghost of Yotai, but like this single player game doesn't have the same concurrent player codes. Oh, it's Dead on Arrival.
Wow, it's almost like it's been several weeks and months after release date. Shocking.
Also, it can either
Time
impress
moves.
people or prove the point to people who don't understand
Yeah.
how the concurrent players number relate to the game.
Wow, it's almost like time moves in a linear fashion.
But the theory that Kurt espoused is it's because gamers by their nature are competitive.
Yeah.
Yes.
We as gamers are competitive, and the console wars are over because Nintendo's basically the only company doing anything exclusive. Xbox exclusives are now on PC. Sony exclusives are going to PC eventually. Pretty much the console wars are over.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Xbox exclusives going to Sony now. It's like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah, also, to be honest, Xbox looks a lot like its shit it's better than its infractions.
Yeah, it's when we get into that at a different time. But effectively, his whole point is that because we're lacking this, gamers are looking for ways to compete each other. And you know what? I can kind of see it because you've got these two sides, the anti-woke and the woke side of things. And yes, they are different things, but they are still competing. And they are always using things like a current player numbers to say, "Oh, this game did badly. Oh, this game did actually very well. Here's the sales statistics."
The numbers.
Yeah,
They want the numbers to mean something.
I can't
Can
recall.
we just have a Doom Tribe versus Animal Crossing Tribe again?
I didn't give a fucking flying hoot how much a game sold back about 5 years ago. Yeah, today it seems that I can't go a week without hearing someone say, "Oh, Ghost of Yotai didn't beat a Ghost of Tsushima's figures." I'm like, really? The game that's been out for 5 years and was released during COVID, it's got a higher release than the game that came out a week ago. Fucking time?
Wow.
Is that there's a thing called time that exists, but no, I see it all the time. People always say, "Oh, this game failed because of this. Oh, this game succeeded because of this," and it's just tribalism. It's fucking fucking annoying.
But also, it's just especially the example you've given, Ghost of Yotai. That is basically because they are waging a cultural war, and this is always followed by, "So you see, the Famale protagonist was a bad idea."
Yeah, basically is what they used to say. Justify saying, I guess hiring that person was a bad idea. Ugh.
They're not doing that to say just, the game I like is better than the game you like. It's always like, the Famales are bad, the Males are good.
Look, as somebody who used to be that kind of Nintendo fan, I know where these people are coming from. I used to be, I used to be part of that tribe who I could not hear anything wrong against Nintendo games, and I got into some of the worst arguments with my peers at high school. And if any of them, for some reason, have found this podcast that I'm watching right now, I'm so sorry. I was a horrible person back then. You deserve better than that. You were making very good points, and I was not accepting them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know where this tribalism leads.
I mean,
It's
look,
it comes from a place where you want to belong. I think it.
Want to
I
belong.
personally think
It's tribalism.
yeah.
yeah, personally for me, I think it comes from the bullied nerd persona kind of thing.
Yeah.
Somebody
Who
who
needs
was that.
belonging and
And
validation.
you are looking for that thing that makes you better than your bullies,
Yeah.
kind of thing. That you'll come out on top in the end. So you hitch your wagon to whatever it is. In this case, video games, and you want to be on the winning side, don't you? You want to prove to those jocks that you're right, that you've been right all along, and they'll see and they'll come groveling to you, and you'll be right in the end, kind of thing. And it's just
They called me mad. Mad!
yeah, and that's basically how this comes about. So you're always
just
looking to
normal-
be the right person in the end, to prove to yourself that you made the right decision. I'm right. I'm the best there is, kind of thing. And we see where we've got to here. And whenever you criticize that side of the aisle, they get very defensive because that is them. That is their entire being. There's nothing beyond it. Like, for example, with accessibility options in hard games like Dark Souls and stuff like that, the reason why these people get so incensed and angry about it is because they did it the hard way, so everybody else should suffer like they did, kind of thing. And they are better for suffering. And I'm just going to say, like, that is a very Protestant way, that is a very Christian Protestant way to think, and it's kind of fucking funny, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just going to
also,
point out, you don't have
part
to
of
suffer to deserve
that's a
good things.
part of their personality, part of their being now. If you attack that, it's like you are stabbing them.
Yes, exactly. And it can be very difficult. And like, yeah, I get it. Like, if some people says a nasty word against my Bobo, that
Yeah.
upsets me, kind of thing. But you have to learn to be your own person outside
Yeah.
of this. Like, you have to
Luckily, you grow
untangle
up and out
your
of it.
being from a thing. Otherwise, it will destroy you. It will destroy you, kind of thing.
Yeah, so luckily, most people grow up and out of it, but unfortunately, not everyone.
Yeah, unfortunately, not everyone.
Yeah, and I
it's-
mean, this isn't just a problem for gamers as well. I see this in other mediums as well, especially fandoms, like especially
It's an aspect of
teenagers.
humanity. It's always been there.
Yeah, like teenagers and youngsters like will glom onto a media or especially a character, and that just becomes them. And then as soon as you criticize them, they go absolutely bananas. And like most of them, you understand because they're teenagers or like pre-teens and stuff like that, and that is just how you are as a teenager.
Yeah.
You are off your fucking rocker.
May I get very real serious and depressing with this?
Let me finish first.
Sure.
But you do have to. But if you're like moving into like adulthood, if you're in your 20s and earlier, you kind of have to learn to like be your own person outside of this, because if something happened to that media, like we found, like Harry Potter fans found out that you know that the author is a transphobic, horrible, moldy creature, like, and that's all you have of yourself, that fucking destroys you, kind of thing. You've got to learn to be you.
Go on, Bear.
But
Duh.
what were you going to say?
Yeah, just wanted to say one sad, depressing thing is people in various places around the world, but especially in the United States, they treat politics like that. It's no longer about what is good for the country. It's now which team is better, which team you support, and that team is always the best and does nothing wrong, and the other team is the Antichrist.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the worst
I
way,
get a
like,
lot of people come at me. Well, I don't get a lot of people come at me because I don't engage in that kind of thing. But I see a lot of people going like, "Well, Labour did something bad," kind of thing. I like they come at the people like, "Oh, Labour did something really bad." No. It's just like, yeah, I think
Well,
Keir Starmer is pathetic. Is a pathetic loser, and I want to see him thrown into the Thames. Just because I voted him in, like, at the last election, doesn't mean I can't look at him and think, I'm not voting for you again. You're a cretin.
yeah. So he might be doing like some stupid ass things as the leader of the UK, but they're still probably going to be better in the long run than whatever the Tories were going to do.
Yeah, like just because I think the Tories and especially Reform can go like throw themselves into the sea doesn't mean I have to hitch my cart to Labour and ignore all the bad things that they do.
Yeah,
I'm very
you can
merciful.
criticize things that you agree with. You can criticize anything.
What was that I said earlier about nuance?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the place we live in and making sure that it is fit for living in it. It's too important to be playing a tribal game.
Yeah, like I think like I voted for the Labour last election because I didn't want fucking the fucking Tories in again. But next election it's going to be like, well, I think Labour is shit, and I don't want the Tories, and I certainly don't want Reform. So it'll be somebody else. It'll probably be the Liberal Democrats, or it might be the Greens. You know, it's just like I'm not beholden to my tribe. I'm beholden to what I think what I want my life to be like in this country, and I would like my life in this country to be a little less shit.
Yeah, and
Yes,
if
like
we
in the
bother
last
stuff-
election.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So, in the last election, I voted Labour, but naturally, I personally would rather vote Liberal Democrats. It's just this time round, they didn't have much of a chance.
Yeah, and now this time it's like, well, I'll vote for somebody else because Labour's been a fucking cockend.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish off by saying kind of airing my final thoughts about this whole thing, about the gazing games is what I've called this kind of topic. Is first of all, Sutter and Craig and Smash JT, a bunch of assholes.
They can
Basically,
smash each other. Sorry.
That's fine.
On stream.
No, not on stream. No one wants to see that.
No,
Okay.
that gets you that gets you banned off YouTube.
As speaking as a gay man, I'm perfectly happy with there being straight representation, straight white male representation in games. I just want to make sure that we're not just understand that you playing as a gay person doesn't make you gay, and maybe it might make you understand their viewpoint or their side. It is diversity. That's not a dirty word. It's nice to see someone like myself be validated in my lifestyle and not ostracized, because that's the alternative. If I'm not validated, then I'm ostracized. You know, and the fact is, your side, as I call it, gets validation all the fucking time. Everything you do validates you because you are the status quo. You are effectively considered to be the default. That gives you, yes, the word privilege is getting being thrown around, and I hate to use that term.
Yeah,
but that
I
is.
have privilege.
But we have to call a rake a rake.
We have to call a rake a rake. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we should get rid of straight white male protagonists, because that's not the answer. There's going to be less naturally, because if you have 10 runner beans and you change 5 of those runner beans for any other type of bean, naturally there's less runner beans. That's simple mathematics. That's the way it works.
It's very simple. At the end of the day, there's space for everyone.
Yeah.
A couple of spaces of my people, the straights in this situation, a couple of those spaces going to other people who could use the representation isn't going to damage gaming in society as a whole. And removing the representation of the LGBTQ or people of color or anything else removes them from existence. And that is horrifying. People exist in many ways, shapes, and forms. And it's not on us to tell people who write fiction when and when not to include them.
Yeah, and I would also like to say, if diversity is a scary word to you, I think you might need to consider why. Why is a person of color as a protagonist so scary to you? Why? Because if you think your ideology is so strong and that there might be a gay agenda, surely then it won't matter if you play as like a woman or a gay person. Like, you'll be fine, right? Like, it's like, if you'll be all right. Maybe you'll learn something. Is that what's scaring you? That you might learn something? And I think that's a very sad existence to be in, because there's a lot to learn. And I mean, oh god, maybe you'll play a game that's like the story's slightly shit. Okay.
I'll
And
play
I've
plenty of
watched
games.
mediocre movies. I
Yeah.
think you'll be all right.
I think it'll be
I
fine.
But also, if you are afraid a game will make you gay, then go play Call of Duty or Duke Nukem or something. It will make you back straight, because that's obviously how it works, you moron.
I think for me, it's like, I think people are caught up in the thing and they believe these things, but they haven't really interrogated why. And I think try to do that sometimes.
I know that they say, oh, but it's not about me being homophobic or me being racist.
I'm not even saying that.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying, like, just
No, I
follow
am.
your follow. Yeah, you are, but no,
No, you go for it.
No, I will use my. I know I'm a weak and feeble woman, but like, just think about where your feelings come from sometimes.
But that's
Thanks,
Like,
Queenie.
but that's
learn more about yourself.
but that's
Like,
what I
maybe-
mean. I think that people don't admit that there is a little bit of homophobia or racism deep in them,
Also, if
I mean, there is. Yeah. I mean,
and they don't want
yes,
to,
but
and they don't want to confront that or acknowledge the possibility that that might be true. Yes,
so
Brad.
I don't want to be pessimistic about this, but if those people were able to or willing to introspect, look where the feelings are coming from, or acknowledge the fact that they have feelings, they wouldn't be who they are. They wouldn't
I.
be waging this war.
But we have to try. Look,
We have to try. I think you have to try.
we have
Because some people get caught in this, and they get caught in it like people get caught in cults kind of thing. And I think even in the worst of it, even when it feels like there's nothing but anger raging through both sides, like there was during the Gamergate like fucking years, I think there's always a place to reach out and be like, look, maybe there's a way out. Maybe there is a way out, or a way for people to consider their feelings. And I would prefer to keep doing. I prefer to keep doing that and look like a fucking fool than not do it and we just lose people. You know?
I'll just be blunt. I'm just sick of like the constant back and forth.
Yeah, I know. It's the fighting is
Same.
tiring. Honestly, there's been times where I've had to just mute the news or the ventilation post because I just don't want to see it.
And my
Especially
response,
these days.
I know the response they'll get is, okay, so why don't you lay down? No, because I shouldn't have to not exist in your world. Sorry.
We can't lay down. I've got a life. I've got a life to lead. I can't lay down.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a family who
like we
needs
want
me,
to-
friends who need me. Like, I want to get a cat. I want to get Lego. I want to build
we
Lego.
have the
I
right
can't
to
lay down.
exist. Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
the right to. Yeah, I want the right to be exist and be treated with dignity. And I think also a lot of the problem is a lot of society are always willing to go like, oh, well, being gay is now legal. Being gay is now legal. I guess we've solved homophobia then, and things like that. When really it's like, no, just because something is legal, there's a big chasm between it being legal and people actually accepting it.
But it does help.
It does
Mhm.
help.
But
But
it does help
It
because-
does help.
Yeah.
Because it being legal and like the sun not falling out of the sky,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
It's a good
proves
first
to
step,
people
but
like,
that's the
oh
first
wow,
step
it's
of-
almost like, this wasn't a big deal.
I
you know?
mean,
Yeah, it's a good first step, but it's a first step, not the end of the journey.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, we have to keep going.
I'm not saying we should be able to talk about this subject because it's not really, we're not really qualified for that in my opinion. But racial segregation ended in America ended 60, 70 years ago. I can't remember. I'm not up on my history.
It's relatively recent.
Relatively recent.
In-
But I would still say it's not really solved racism in the
Nope.
in
No, it just changed form, really.
yeah.
No, white people thought they'd solved it because they voted in Obama. Like, look, we elected a black president. We can't be racist anymore. Like, no, there's still plenty of opportunities.
There's still a lot. I mean, if you look up when gay marriage was legalized, you will find it's in the 2000s kind
Yeah.
of thing. It is
Mm.
gobsmackingly recent kind of thing, and I think we will lose we have to keep going. We have to keep going. These are rights that we have fought for, and we've only
Because
just
there will be
got.
always a lot
It's
of
the
people who
same
want to
rights.
repeal.
We don't want more rights. We just want the same rights, for God's sake.
And stubbornness is not a good enough excuse for us to give up.
Yeah,
I think that's a nice place for us to end that.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're gonna move the
Yeah.
TGA discussions for next time.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
next time,
Yes.
we are going to talk about, because by next time the Game Award voting should be up. In fact, actually, would the Game Awards have
on
happened?
the
by that
11th.
time?
It's
Oh,
gonna be up on the 11th.
okay. Because
yeah, because we do the end. It would be the end of
November.
wouldn't it? And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
then they would have been finished by the
Yeah.
end of December. I think that's when our next podcast would be.
Yeah, so we can
Probably.
look at the what's up for votes and next month, and we can also do one with everything. Which, by the way, the one with everything is us talking about homogenization in video games. I can never say that correctly.
Yeah, we
which-
kind of got.
we-
kind of got.
Well, we were
Homogenization.
going to talk about it today, but we were cooking. We were cooking with all this
we
kind
were
of.
You could say we were commenting densely about it.
She said the thing.
Also,
Roll credits.
Roll credits.
I've just noticed that our December podcast will fall upon the 30th. The next day is the New Year's Eve. Do we want to have
Yep.
our New Year's Eve episode instead?
I wouldn't mind.
That'd be interesting.
It'd be fun.
Hopefully I will be.
Also,
Yeah, I'll be back here.
Are we having another November episode?
We
Like,
will.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
yes.
we had one, yes. What about another November podcast?
What about 2nd November?
Well, we'll either have the 25th of December
What about
or the 2nd
second
of December.
podcast?
Actually, we can't have it on the 2nd of December because
we can't
I've
have it on
got.
the 2nd of December. I won't be here.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but
I
we
mean,
can
no,
have one
hang
on
on.
the.
Maybe we could, like, me and Burr over
Yeah.
your show.
this is a very cramped room with two
Yeah.
people. When I had Mist up here, it was cramped.
We're gonna be snuggled with you.
Look, either way, by the time our next episode happens, I will be 40. So let's just.
You're not
Yay.
40. You're not 40.
We will
I am 40
talk
this
louder so that you can hear us.
In 20 days from now, I will be turning 40.
God, you don't.
Be
look it, man.
noted.
One of us. One
Jesus
of
Christ.
us. One
Jesus Christ,
of
Al,
us.
So-
we are so. We are
It seems to be you might get a special extended New Year's Eve podcast. To be fair, if we're talking about the Game Awards, which it most likely would be, we're probably going to need it. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be down for that.
awesome.
Maybe we'll have to wrap it up. Sorry.
New Year's Eve, not Christmas Eve, but still,
Hang on,
yeah, it's what
Got
it
me
is.
sellotape.
Hey, good night.
Hey.
My name's been Beck. You've been watching the Common podcast. I've been joined by Bert, Lemming, and Shadow. We'll see you next time, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Like,